To the left of your radio as you do look at it. Pelicano is going to start forward with Jack Ganane, which means Big Ben Willis will go into the ruck boxer. Yeah, it's not surprising either too. We know both sides, we know that Leongatha like to use Willis forward as well. And I think it's a great move because it actually stretches most defences in regards to size and bulk. But at the same time, we haven't spoken about Wonthagi's forward line. They've got a really big forward line with Staley and the likes of Kyle Reid as well. They are dangerous big men and they've got to be manned up as well. So Westerway and his mates down back will have their work cut out for him as well.
And Boxer, Jack Hutchinson's a really good mark too. I don't know that he's actually shown his best form so far, but they've got him at full forward, so interesting to see how that comes off. Well,
first quarter is about to get underway. It will be Huther up against Big Willis, and Huther gets a hand on it. Sparks was there to try and clean it out. However, Stone was quickly wrapped him up in a tackle, and the umpire will do a secondary stoppage right in the centre square. Blair's in the middle for the power. Huther again. Willis got the front spot, tapped it over his head. He's Marriott for the first time. Taps it to himself. Couldn't quite get a hand on it. Nice little work there by Davey. Couldn't quite get a clean touch on it. It's bobbling around still. Working hard at ground level is Tim Knowles. And we'll have a stoppage. Half forward flank build up. No one's had a clean possession as yet, but the ball's moved to the top of the 50 for Leongatha. And Willis in there, tapped it again out to open space. Here's Marriott. Couldn't quite get a nice clean handle on it. Bowman comes the other direction. Nicely done there by Murray, who got wrapped up straight away. Yeah, Paul Carter's hit the nail on the head. Davies going to Marriott, but there's a lot of space between Marriott and the ball at the moment. Let's try it again. Can we clear the area? Marriott tried. Bowman had a little quick kick. Doesn't go too far. Umpire will pay that one to Josh Bates. They called play on, though, and he was under a little bit of pressure. He cleared it out to Tomo Huther.
Tomo Huther taking it off the half-back flank. He handballs off to Sparks, who tried to get it onto the wing, but it was cut off there by Leongatha. Get it off towards the coach's box and send it forward to a contest here. Unable to take the mark there with Shannon Bray. Ball goes to ground, and the umpire will come in about 50 metres out from the Leongatha goal.
As you'd expect, Boxer, it's tough, it's physical, it's hard to get clean possessions. Yeah, a lot of players around the ball at the moment too, so it's just a little bit of cat and mouse at the moment.
Benny Willis goes at the ruck again. Huther over the top, gets the kick back out. Sparks, who sends it out of bounds on the full, and Leongatha will reload, coming back into their forward line.
So Cameron Stone will be the one to bring it back into the field of play. He's 80 metres out. He decides to chip it inside forward 50. Back will go. Nicely done there in the flight was Josh Bates for the Wonthaggi power defender. We've travelled 2 minutes, no score. It's the first real inside forward 50. Leongatha has it, and it's good to see the play on the near side, but I don't want to moz us just yet. As the ball comes back into the field of play, Kyle Reid, we got to the front spot, tapped it straight down to Bowman though. He kicks around his body. They go back with a fly and marking. No, not quite. That was Olden down there. Couldn't quite get a clean one on. Quick kick out of the back half was from Bray, but it went straight down Bowman's throat. And he's going to reload for the Parrots. Pushes it to the fat side. Nicely done. And Little John takes the mark directly in front. And we'll go back to have a first look at it. Those repeat entries, Boxer, put the defenders under pressure. Yeah, spot on, Scud. And what's happening too is just both midfielders are pushing hard inside 50 as well, really clogging up that forward line too. And Little John now's got his opportunity with 30 metres out directly in front. And he rolls in, the right footer, puts it on its way, and it goes over the goal umpire's head. And at 3 minute mark of the first quarter, the first goal goes towards the Parrots. You never by experience, Scud, and Bowman's mark just outside of 50. He knew straight away Little John just ran into space, and the kick was spot on, giving Leongatha their first goal of the afternoon.
And that's 1 goal, 6. That's the lead for Leongatha, of course, it being the first score of the day, and that's on the LB Forklift scoreboard. And as Darryl said, 3 minute mark of the first quarter.
It was Bowman who's had plenty of it there in that first 3 minutes. As ball comes back into the middle, and the two ruckmen go at it again. Huther gets a tap down, and Jared Blair gets the nice hands out towards Josh Bates, who's wrapped up in a strong tackle. And the umpire will come in. Centre wing of the Parrots Park over here at the moment. Leongatha leading by that solitary goal. The two ruckmen go at it again on the wing. Benny Willis gets a nice big tap out to the side. Was the Cameron Stone who gave the handball through to Ned Hanley. Again, back to Stone. The tackle, well, wasn't laid there. Oh, the umpire's called holding the ball. I'm not sure he was actually in the tackle there. But it was well done there by Tim Knowles, and he'll take the relieving kick from the half-back flank.
Looks down the line. No real option for Knowles. He does have one short, but Stone was in the front spot. coming the other direction. Nicely done was Bates, although great work by Blair to gave a handball. There's going to be a free kick for a leg, I think, and it's going to come back to Blair. He's not happy with Bowman either out of that one.
Yeah, he made him earn it though, Scud, too. So it's what happens when you're a classy play. Expect that sort of stuff.
Aaron Heppel on the mark. Got a good little story about Aaron Heppel for you when we get a slow play, but Blair chisels one to half forward, looks for Hutchison coming the other direction though, and quickly, was it Davey there who lost the footy? I think it might have been Fergus O'Connor in the end. The Leongatha Parrots were able to play the advantage. Here's Pelicano, gave it off to Hume. He can run to 50, handball over the top, and a flying shot at goal, and that's going to go through by the big centre half forward, Aaron Hilberg. He was on fire last week at this ground. He's got his first this afternoon.
Yeah, classy play by the Leongatha side then too. The tackle inside, they played on immediately. It was a great handball there by Pelicano. We just held it up, drew the player, got the ball over the top, and they shared the ball really well. Aaron Hilberg and Shannon Bray match up today is going to be an absolute ripper, and he's got the first one off the mark that way so far this afternoon.
And the LV Forklift scoreboard saying that Wonthaggi are yet to go inside their forward 50. They are on 0 score. Leongatha 2 goals straight, 12.
The Leongatha side too, Scud and Tim, they're really bringing the pressure out too at the moment too. So Wonthaggi haven't had any real good clear breathing space. I think they've only had the one inside 50 so far in this game.
I think it's going to be like that quite a bit, isn't it? It's going to be like that quite a bit. So it's a scrappy football, but you're going to have to get your possessions in tough circumstances. Here's Tim Sexton on TRFM. This is Gippsland Live. It's all the first quarter thanks to LV Forklifts.
Willis and Hutha go at it again in the ruck. And Hutha gets over the top. Marriott gets the tuck down. The umpire's paid a free kick. I'm not sure what it was for. He's paid the free kick, and the ball will have to come back towards the centre of the ground.
So Heppel had his flight delayed. Been in New Zealand all week as a little junket through the week of boxer. Had his flight delayed on Friday afternoon. Only arrived back into Melbourne 8 a.m. this morning.
Happy with that, boxer?
Look, players want to go away in the middle of the season. As long as he's not getting married, that's okay.
Heppel chips over the top to Sam Forrester. Goes straight down the middle to centre forward. Great work by Shannon Bray to get a fist on it. Goes over the back. Here's Cam Alden. We know how class he is around the goals. Great little pick-up under enormous pressure. Brings it back into a dangerous spot. Bowman flicks the handball out to Heppel. Takes on a tackler. Puts it on boot. And it's away. Sprayed it to the left. And it's out of bounds. We're going to have a boundary throw in 5 metres around for the point post.
Jet lag, that was. It's already affected him today.
7 minutes into the first quarter, 12-point margin in favour of Leongatha. Dangerous spot for the power. Pelicano hits it to the top of the square. Where's the runners? No one there except for Fergus O'Connor. Handballed willingly to an open player in Reed, and over it goes for another boundary throw-in.
Yeah, it's really worrying sign so far for Wonthaggi, and I mean they've gone man on man now too, so they really have to try and shut down this open play by Leongatha.
Ball comes back in forward pocket here for Leongatha. Pelicano and Reed go at it again. 0-0 draw. Bowman tried to pick it up. Nothing happening there. Umpire will come in and ball it up again. About 15 metres out from the Leongatha goal. Wonthaggi will be looking to try and get their hands on it and actually get some slow play going on through. Pelicano, great tap down. He was tackled straight away there by... And he's paid a high tackle. Thought initially was a great tackle there by Aidan Lindsay, but the umpire's come in, has paid the free kick there to Aaron Heppel. Yep. It's going to be, and he's going to come in and from 15 metres out directly in front.
No jet lag.
Puts it straight through the middle.
Well, you wouldn't have it 15 metres out though there, Scud, but at the same time, like I said, the pressure of Leongatha at the moment is really worrying the Wonthaggi side at the moment there. They just seem to be running around like headless chooks at the minute. They just need to settle and just find their wits, because right now things are looking a little bit worrying for them.
Those 3 goals, and Wonthaggi still yet to go inside their forward 50. It's 5 inside 50s to Leongatha for 3 goals. So they are 3 goals straight 18. Wonthaggi yet to score on the LV Forklift scoreboard.
Well, big moment right here for the Power. They need a centre clearance. They get their hands on the football. It's all thanks to the Morwellvs Bowling Club this afternoon. Pot and Palmer night is tonight. Quick little kick out of that middle congested area was from Tom Davey. Nice little tap there by... That was Turton across half-back. Marriott tried to throw his weight around. A big, strong tackle on Aidan Lindsay. And they said holding the footy. He hardly had it, Lindsay. And the free kick will go to Marriott right in the wing.
They are red hot on holding the ball today.
Yep, they sure are. The short little kick goes to Littlejohn. Didn't really gain too many in distance forward. They went lateral more. Now Little John goes forward to Heppel direction. Can't mark. Numbers around this favour, Wonthaggi. Sparks gave it across to O'Connor there and tried to work hard as well with Bates. Tried to squeeze it out. Surely that's a free kick over the shoulder to Flynn Anderson. They weren't happy with Ned Hanley's treatment there, the youngster. Flynn Hanley's, well, his locks or curls. What do you call those, Box? I know you're not unfamiliar with some hair, but that's sort of good locks. He is a bit concerned.
It's called hair.
Well, he went backwards.
I haven't got any.
And just trying to work out, there's number 33 out there for Wonthaggi. We're not too sure exactly who that is, but we'll work on that for you for those listening at home.
That might be Lenahan, I think.
Will Lenahan. Yeah. So they kicked out the line. Good little pick-up by Hanley. Sold some candy, got around Lindsay. The old 1-2 from Drew. Back to Hanley. He's under all sorts and over the shoulder again. And this time Jack Blair's not happy. He gave away the free kick. Ned Hanley's been in good form for Gippsland Isuzu Ute this afternoon.
Ned Hanley on centre wing, looks to bring the ball forward. He brings it out towards the end line. And good mark there taken by Hilberg. He plays on straight away, delivers it forward on the left foot there.
Ganane it is.
Ganane in the pocket.
Little
left foot off. The boundary umpire has called. No sense of play there by the boundary umpire. Ganane off the right tried to soccer it through from the pocket, but didn't quite get through.
That was a Zambrero all every day of the week, that one.
That might have been Zambrero goal of the year, that one, if it had gone through. 3-1-19, Leongatha still.
So that wasn't a point, by the way, Paul. No, they caught it out of bounds, but that's what the theatre that we're hoping for, but their boundary umpire caught it back, so we're still 3 straight 18.
I'll leave that there anyway. Who knows?
Well, we have a boundary throw in 5 metres around from Leongatha's goal. Paul wants a point. Leongatha don't. Regis in the front spot, grabbed it, kicked it out. It's going to go out of bounds on the full. It is right in front of us. And it's going to come back.
It's just that persistent pressure from Leongatha, aren't they? They just continually at Wonthaggi forcing the error, and we've seen a lot of those so far this first quarter.
So Little John will have it. He can't jump the fence. They've got to listen to the umpire. They want Will to get over the fence. Now he's in line with the man on the mark. Now he plays on, chips one in towards that man again. Cam Alden is very, very handy. He's a nice, smart footballer, is Cam. Plays at higher level as well.
Yeah, obviously on the Richmond list in the VFL, but how Wonthaggi can leave a hole open like that inside 50 for him to lead into is just dumbfounded at the moment. I'm very dumbfounded.
They've got 3 straight. They started last week 5 straight. Cam Alden, though, pushes it across the face of the goal. Will it go through for a minor score? No, it doesn't. Out of bounds on the full.
Hang on, Paul.
Jordan Staley will be the one to bring it back into play for the Power.
Staley just wipes the mud off the ball there as he looks to bring it back in from the back pocket, and he's going to switch side and bring it to the broadcast side. Kicks it in long. And he shanked the kick straight to Cam Alden, who then centres the ball straight to Luke Bowman, was Bowman there, and Bowman will take the kick from 35 metres out on about a 30-degree angle, and should be going straight back to put this through.
They just look shell-shocked at the moment, Wonthaggi, don't they? There's so much space between their opponent at the moment. They're allowing Leongatha to do whatever they want at the moment.
Bowman coming in to take the kick from goal from 35 on the left foot, and he has put it straight through.
Bad luck, Paul Carter.
To get Leongatha's 4th on the board.
So there's 4 already. It's nearly a deja vu from last Saturday when they got off to a flyer against Sale to the Leongatha side as well. So one of those great starts again by the Parrots. And right now, I think the Wonthaggi side need to look at themselves and go man on man and just don't allow the Parrots to breathe at the minute and force the error and see if they can get it inside 50 for the first time this quarter.
That's exactly right, Boxer. 7 inside 50s for the 4 goals straight to Leongatha at this stage, and they lead by that margin of 24 points on the LB Forklift scoreboard, and we've played 13 minutes into this corner.
So Jacob Thomas will go in to do the ruck duties for Wonthaggi, and Pelicano tapped it down straight to Lindsay, who was wrapped up in another tackle. And we'll do it again. The 2 number 19s. Again, this time Pelicano waits and stopped and then roved at his own little tap. Got it inside forward 50 again. The Parrots are up and about. Here's Olden. Will win it. Goes to ground, then slips down. He got driven into the back. The umpire said, play on. Fergus O'Connor jumps on him again. And this time the umpire says, holding the footy box up.
Yeah, it was there all day. He just dove on top of the ball and didn't make any effort at all.
O'Connor, he's got the switch if he wants. He's got an inboard 45 if he wants. Decides to ignore both of those and kick down the line. But in the front spot, and there's Hilberg, and trying to throw his weight around was big Jordan Staley. He's getting frustrated because the ball's not coming down his way. There's Hilberg. He's a kick and a half away from the goals. Goes to Pelicano close to the boundary line.
Fair haircut.
It is. It's a Dusty Martin, but it's got a little bit more length on it. Doesn't look good, by the way. As Pelicano puts it in towards the top of the square. Willis will be the target. Lots of numbers around for the Power. They tap it out desperately. They try to hold up. They go to ground. Try to work out there. Is Turton at ground level for the Parrots.
It's a great kick inside, Scud, too. And it allowed Ben Willis to compete. And he had 3 Wonthaggi players compete and Leongatha players on their own.
2 ruckmans go at it. Reed gets the tap down there towards Lindsay. Gets the hands out. And a booming kick outside there from Staley ends up in the hands of Jack Hutchison on the half-back flank for Wonthaggi. He's looking inside, but Wonthaggi had rolled all their players back. And so Leongatha have got the wall set up. He finds an open player now in Bates, who then kicks back to basically where Hutchison was. And that mark ends up there with Flynn Anderson. He's looking for something to go back through the middle, but he's just going to have to find a kick straight back down the line. And this one ends up there with Linehan. Thank you.
Change his jumper number.
Change his jumper hand. Linehan find Fergus O'Connor. So it's slow play here by the Power. They've worked it out to about 70 out from the Leongatha goal. He's looking to go inboard. He's still looking to go inboard. There's nothing on.
Wow.
So now he kicks the ball back towards the 50. And they're trying to get the switch of play here through hands. Staley finds the player out there on the other side in Shannon Bray, who's then able to take the kick out there to the half-back flank for Wonthaggi, and now they've found it up onto the wing, and Hutchison. The mark has been played by Hutchison there on the wing. He delivers it forward with a short kick there, and that is marked there by Hayes. Hayes swings onto the left foot, finally gets the ball inside forward. Pelicano with the punch from over the back. Contest there, and the ball goes out of the boundary line in the forward pocket there for the Power.
So deep inside, the first time they have got it in. Interesting to see Tim Knowles rolling into that forward half. And Staley's been playing a little bit back boxer. Obviously, big Jordan Staley's been in fine form up forward, but it just seemed to be upsetting, unless they've thrown him back. I don't know if you've noticed that, but just because they have kicked 4 goals straight, it's 24-0 so far, and they need to get a bit of a run on. Cole Reid overruns it. Leongatha have got some runners. Here's Marriott bursting through, handballs to some open space. Drew gave it back to Marriott. Now a little chip kick. It was out wide, but Shannon Bray put one hand up and plucked it nicely. I think they've got to persist with the switch. It is working. They've been able to transfer it. Can they do it again? They come to the near side. It holds its ground in the other. Flight in the air a long, long time. Stone was able to come in. Lenahan's under a little bit of pressure now. Now O'Connor has to put his head over it. Kick around the body there was from Bates, who got partially smothered. Handball over the top was from Murray. Now in the end, Fergus O'Connor just said, I'm going to put ball to boot and try and get it out of my area as quickly as I can. Noah Anderson had 3 or 4 to beat and he couldn't do so. The chip kick nicely done from Leongatha. Found Littlejohn too far out to score. Looks up, there's not many forward options. Wonthaggi got the extra on back, and that man is Staley. He's the spare one. He's going to be in the prime position to take the mark, but there's a holdout. It was 2-on-1. Wonthaggi had the 2, and they just panicked there for a moment. Tim Knowles just had to position his body better and allow Staley to take the uncontested mark. They gave away a free kick and another shot on goal.
Yeah, he got the panics. He did get the panics then too, Knowles, and he's disappointed in himself, but it's probably going to cost him another goal.
Well, Cam Olden this time. I tell you what, Leongatha kicked 5 goals straight last week in the first quarter, and they've done it again. 5 straight. They lead by 30 points.
Yeah, I think the Wonthaggi side is so shell-shocked they don't know really what to do at the moment to get themselves out of this little rut they're in at the minute. But I did like the idea of going back to a slow play and maybe just try and hold up Leongatha's run. But the pressure that they bring, Leongatha, even when they're off the ball, is causing that turnover, and it's hurting them on the scoreboard right now. And Staley has dropped himself back, but it's only because he can't get a kick forward, mate. So at the moment...
God, it hasn't been there. It's a bit harsh.
Yeah, well, I know that. And that's just the way it is.
30 points to 0, 18 minutes played first quarter.
Huther gets the tap out there to Wonthaggi. Jared Blair puts his head over it and tries to win the hard ball. Gets sat
free
on
kick
by Tom Marriott and will earn the free kick. And he'll take it just backwards of centre.
Kicks out to the wing area. Can't quite mark it. Bates was out there. Stone picked it up, though, for Leongatha. They got some run across half-back. Nice little chip kick from Turton. Now they come inboard to Jurek. He's got a little bit of space, but decides to slow it up and square it up again. Goes over the top of Willis's head. Here's Sovereign. He's got a runner from behind. It's Forrester. Sam Forrester, left foot kick inside forward 50 to the target. Ganane. Well done. Oh, and Staley caught one over the shoulder as well. And they won't be happy with Ganane either. As Staley, the loose man, comes in, they come in left, right and centre. Jack Ganane's copped a couple. Pelicano's been thrown on the ground. He won't take a backward step. It's right in front of us. And while all this is happening, Staley's still down, looking at the grass. He's got a fair cut right above his eyes. And that's exactly why they're not happy. We've got a blood rule. Ganane just about might get sent off. Pelicano's not happy as well with Lenehan. They're going at it. Staley gets up. He'll walk past Ganane. He looks at him.
He's been reported.
Doesn't look anywhere.
Let's say, hang on.
There's a free kick. He's got a crook shoulder as Staley walks away. He's got blood coming out of his nose.
So the umpire hasn't even put his hand in his pocket yet, so I don't think he's going to bring out a card either.
There's a free kick, obviously, that will be paid out of this. I think at the end of it, Mitch Hayes is going to be the one, because Staley's coming off with claret. No report box, no 50.
No report, no 50, and...
no, all in fair.
Yeah, well,
Hayes back through to Knowles, who then gets the handball back onto Hayes with his raking left foot. He tries to clear the back 50, but couldn't, and that mark was taken there by Turton. He looks to square it up towards Aaron Heppel, who takes a strong contested mark there, 45 metres out. It was a great square up there by Turton, and finds Heppel 40 metres out directly in front.
It's good to be aggressive. You know, I get that, and I mean, if they were, if it was an even contest and they're 5 goals apiece and everything's on the line, but that was just a little bit of a brain snap there by Ganane. It could have been a lot worse for him.
The thing is, they're about to kick 6 goals, Boxer.
Yeah.
Heppel comes in from 40 out, directly in front, puts it on the boot, and has put it straight through the goal.
Wow.
Well, there you go. You know, I'm a little bit... I'm just a little bit in shock at the moment, especially with the way Wonthaggi have tried to respond and can't, because of the fact that the class of Leongatha haven't allowed them to. And, all right, there might have been a little bit of aggression there from Ganane.
Yeah, absolutely. But the Parrots have put their foot down from the very start and said this might be a 1v2 contest, but we're going to show why we're sitting at 11-0.
And it's 5 set shots for 5 straight goals, but it's 6 goals overall to Leongatha at the 21-minute mark of the first quarter. They are leading 36-0. Wonthaggi's only been inside once, and that's on the LV Forklift scoreboard.
Well, big moments brought to you by the Morwell Bowling Club. Pop and Palmer night every Saturday night from 5:30, only $20. We have a big moment right here, right now. Can Wonthaggi stand up? They're the second place side, and they're getting their pants pulled down. And Blair's got one over the shoulder. The umpire seems to let it go, and when it's not your day, you're just not getting the run of the green with the umpires either. But that's not the excuse. Leongatha are all over this power side box.
They certainly are, Scott, at the moment. I'll come back to you with some ground scores as well.
All right, Willis still couldn't get a hand on it. Tried to handle over his head. Drew was in there. Heppel got dumped in the tackle straight away. We'll go to you now, and that is all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland.
And in the AFL, the Bombers have actually fought their way back into this game. It's only a 2-point game. It's 6-4-40 the Swans. They lead the Bombers 6-2-38 deep into the second quarter.
Huther with the tap out there, and it is going to be wrapped up there back in the middle of the ground, and the umpire will come back in to ball her up.
And in the Gippsland League, it's down at the showgrounds in Traralgon and Morwell. They lead Traralgon by 3 points into the first quarter.
Huther again, and Willis go at it. Huther again gets a tap down, so he's getting his hands on the ball, just the midfield can't get it out. Plenty of players in there trying to knock it out. Jury gets wrapped up there by the Wonthaggi players, and we'll have another ball up there in the centre square. Wonthaggi really need to get their hands on it and get a clearing kick to just try and get that ball down towards their forward 50.
As in the front spot is Willis. Tapped it down on the move, and that's the key for Leongatha was Marriott. Even though he didn't take it, but that's what you want to see around the midfield group, Timmy. Just a little bit of movement. Wonthaggi are chasing tails, aren't they, at the moment?
Absolutely they are, and they've rolled 2 back into their back line, so they're a little bit short on everywhere like that.
They are.
Huther tries to get over the top of Willis again. Marriott got the handball out, went nowhere. Got a contest out there on the wing. Tries to hit it out towards Hayes. Hayes is tapping the ball forward, and he's probably going to try and get it over to the boundary line. Shannon Bray comes in, and we'll have the boundary throw in about 75 metres out from the Leongatha goal. Wonthaggi still can't get their hands on it to get in front.
So boundary umpire takes 5 or 6 steps in. We're at the 23-minute mark of the first quarter. It's a 36-point margin to Leongatha. Turton was working hard at ground level. So was Lindsay and Blair as well. That's Jared. And the coach will want to get his side going quickly. Otherwise, this could be all gone. They haven't really had inside forward 50s, Paul. They had been in there once, Wonthaggi.
Yep.
Good work by Kim Drew out of this stoppage. Was able to twist around, then got the kick smothered. Davey was there, but he's under pressure, had his pants pulled down, got tackled in the second one, and they tag team Davey, and the free kick will go to Hanley. He quickly plays on. He's got a teammate on the far side, can't get it out to Stone. Do they get some run? Reed crashes his way through, tries to throw his body around. Equally up to the task is Forrester, but Reed, he attacked the footy hard and he's won himself the free kick. That's what you want to see.
Absolutely, first time that we've seen Wonthaggi throw some weight at it, and there's a bit of off the play going on here. The umpires have cleared it all out. Reed tries to come out to this far wing, out to Anderson. Anderson looks down the wing, but he hasn't got much to kick it to, so he just bombs it down the.
Oh, well done, Sparks.
Good work by Sparks there with body work. He's quick to play on and deliver the ball forward, but coming in to take the mark there was Sam Forrester. What a great cut-off mark that was there. On the back part of centre wing, he'll be looking to deliver the ball forward. He's called for the ball. He said he's going to go long down the line. Straightened it through, but Wonthaggi got the numbers there, but good hand in there by Heppel. Well wrapped up there is Jurek by Huther, and the umpire is going to call holding the ball. That'll nearly be about the 10th holding the ball that we've had already in this first quarter. They are red hot on it.
So Huther decides to kick down the line. Does he keep it in the field of play? Just as he found Jack Hutchison on a long searching lead. They go in that direction again. Forrester's back there as well. Good spoil from the back. Got out there. Thomas couldn't take the mark for Wonthaggi. Drew was there for Leongatha. Here comes the run. Heppel got it to Marriott. Gets it back. Who ran on was Drew. He goes through the middle of the ground. Lowers the eyes to Ganane. And the crowd, well, they boo because he just put Staley onto the bench a couple of moments ago. Ganane gets it wide to Stone, who had to just be held up there by Knowles. And now we have a slow play from the back. He sold the candy, was going to give the handball to Wilcox, decided to run around and kick himself. It's a wobbly inside forward 50, but it doesn't matter because taking the mark, I think it's Heppel again, is it? It is Aaron Heppel. He's got 2 already. He is about to have another shot on goal. He's about 40 metres out on a slight angle. And I tell you what, the trip to New Zealand could have done him all the good.
I reckon it has, Scott.
Well, as Heppel comes in from 40 metres out, puts it on its way, and they cannot miss. They cannot miss. They've kicked 7 straight, and Wonthaggi are yet to score. The margin's 42 points. 26-minute mark, first quarter.
I had to look to the left of the scoreboard to make sure what Darryl was telling me was true, but it is. 7 straight goals to 0. Top versus second. Okay, I might give you the score from Maffra versus Maui because that's how good this game's going as well at the moment. Because Maffra 4-2-26, Maui yet to score as well down at Maffra. So look, some really, really bad signs here for Wonthaggi. I don't know, they need a real miracle to get themselves back in this game, Paul.
As Darryl just said, Aaron Heppel's 3rd goal takes Leongatha to the 7 goals straight 42, and that's what they lead by. Wonthaggi yet to score.
Huther gets over the top of Willis there again in the centre circle, but Wonthaggi can't get their hands on the ball. Taken off the ball there was Heppel without, he was nowhere near it, but the umpires, with what they've paid so far in the first quarter, they've just turned around and said, I'll have the ball again, and we'll ball it up back in the middle.
Geez, they want quarter time to come, don't they?
Where's that siren?
Absolutely they do, but with 7 straight, Leongatha will still be looking to pile the ball on. The coach of Wonthaggi, Blair, gets the ball forward, but is well marked there by Forrester again, taking the relieving mark.
That's Steve. We've got 2 out there today, Timmy. Steve and Sam.
Kicks the ball back in. Kim Drew, on the centre half back there for Leongatha. We're going slow play. Goes straight back into the middle, and that is a strong mark taken there by Turton. Turton from the centre square goes lateral out towards Travis Nash. Nash comes back into Big Benny Willis, who's running around with no one near him. You'd think he'd be a big enough target that someone might want to man him up. Willis on the boot. Nice slow play here to Kim Drew. He's worked his way forward. He gets the handball across to Wilcox. Wilcox on the left sends a ball inside forward 50 again. Gennady comes out again. I tell you what, he might be lucky to still be out there on the ground at the moment, Gennady. he made Shannon Bray earn that every second. But Bray kicks the ball back out, but he's turned the ball straight over to Luther Jurek, who's taken the mark there at centre half forward. He delivers the ball back in. And he's kicked the ball straight back to Shannon Bray. So they're going kick for kick at the moment, these boys.
So Bray chipped it out wide. Found a teammate out there in Bates.
Scott, do you think Gennadi's just upset because he hasn't been in the action for the goals yet? Because
Possibly.
Kicked 7 and he's probably getting a little bit frustrated.
Possibly. Bates and a big fly there by Hutchison. Couldn't pull in the mark. Comes to ground level. Under pressure. Nearly a free kick to Wonthaggi. Wasn't paid. They crash in again. Now they eventually get one over the shoulder. And the free kick will go to teammate out there in Noah Anderson. Although his kick was partially smothered, they might have another chance before quarter time. Here's Cameron Stone, right foot kick to Palicano, can't mark, and got slammed into the fence by Bray. Palicano's still got his head stuck, I think, in the fence. He has not moved.
It looks like it's stuck.
It looks like it's stuck on the ground, or he's got some... That's concerning.
He's got help him or not?
Well, no one's going to help him. He just got his head out of the leaves that are there. And he's hurt his knee, actually. I think he's holding his knee, so that's why he's not getting up. That's a massive concern for Leongatha, and it is his right knee that he's holding. And Palicano's in all sorts. He's going to help the fence. Well, he's going to get the fence to help him up, but that's a big blow. And we had a boundary thrown after all that, and it comes in. Kyle Reid was able to grab it out of the ruck, tried to squeeze a handball out to a teammate, the run in Anderson. He couldn't get a handle on it in front of Jake Vanderpleit. And we'll have another boundary throw-in. Keep an eye on Justin Palicano. Big news at the 30-minute mark of this first quarter. It's been Leongatha 7 goals straight. Wonthaggi haven't scored. They're 42 points in front.
Willis gets the tap down there, looking to get the ball forward. It's bouncing around there at the half-forward marker there of Leongatha. Good, strong tackle there by the Wonthaggi team, and the ball will get balled up again.
Palicano still hasn't moved from that position. He's got 2 trainers. He's draped over their shoulders. I think they know that quarter time's coming.
I think they're waiting for the siren, you're right.
Yeah, but he's not moving his legs at all as he's being helped off the ground.
Willis and Huth have bounced it around between each other, playing a bit of volleyball, team tackle, and there we have it at quarter time. And what a start by the Leongatha Parrots. Top of the table clash between them and the Wonthaggi Power, and the Parrots have put their foot down and have put on 7 goals in that first quarter to really cement themselves up for this game.
It is a 42-point margin in favour of the Parrots. Big news, though. Pelicano still in the hands of the trainers. He's got a knee injury. We'll keep you up to date with that as it progresses. Hopefully it's not too bad for the big ruckman from Leongatha. What a quarter. It's quarter time. And it is Gippsland Live on Terra FM. All thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. You can save $200 on the Dyson multi-floor extra vacuum at only $499, and many more great deals at your local Harvey Norman store.
Every weekend across Australia, sports grounds are full of people engaging in community sport. It's great to be back playing, but sport faces a new challenge, and it's this simple. Without umpires, there is no game. Right now, we need people to help umpire AFL across Gippsland. You'll be trained and paid to keep our games and community sport going. Search for East Gippsland, Sale or Latrobe Valley Umpires Associations on Facebook to get involved. Proudly supported by TRFM.
KBI Off-Road is the team you should trust for your vehicle's next repair, fitting or service. For a huge range of off-roading equipment to prepare you for your next adventure, visit KBI Off-Road at 319 Princess Highway, Traralgon.
Oh, hello ladies. Winter is here, but don't despair. You'll find all things cosy at Brief Affair. Maybe your girls need a lift, as you may have discovered. So it's time to pop on in. Brief Affair have you covered. For dressing gowns, sleepwear, stockings and socks. For professionally fitted underwear, just head into the shop. For comfy bras, knickers and more. You'll find it all here inside Brief Affair's store. Remember, summer's just around the corner. Swimwear's already arriving, and it won't be long before it's getting warmer. So what are you waiting for? Brief Affair, Raymond Street Sale. Never forgotten.
Did you know that Avis could be the solution to your company's fleet problems? Based right throughout Gippsland, Avis can supply cars, trucks, buses and four-wheel drives, not only for daily rentals, but also on a long-term basis. And that could mean a year or more. Contact the friendly professionals at either their Warrigal, Traralgon, Sale or Bairnsdale locations to discuss how Avis can provide a solution to your fleet needs.
As you head out to explore the natural beauty of Gippsland, please remember to shop local and support all regional businesses, which in turn supports the community. Like Gippsland Centre Sale, there's plenty of parking and fun to be had. Enjoy a sit-down meal or a quick snack as you check out the fantastic shops. Food, shopping, fashion, fun, and you're home to over 45 convenience stores. Buy local, support local business, and keep money in the community. Find them on the socials. Gippsland Centre Sale, the centre in the middle of everywhere.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
You can go your own way.
With 3.5-ton towing, you can bring all the toys. Get off-road and play with 4x4 terrain command and a rear diff lock. And rock out with Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Plus, with a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, the 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
Test drive today at Gippsland Isuzu Ute on the Princess Highway, Traralgon, LMCT 10285. You hit the road early. It's a long drive, and you're starting to get a little weary from the sun in your eyes. Driving tired can have the same effect as driving drunk. If you've been on the road for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break. Stop in at the nearest McDonald's restaurant in Gippsland. It's the perfect place to stop. You can stretch your legs, enjoy a coffee from McCafe, or grab a quick snack. A 15-minute break every 2 hours could help save your life. Another road safety message from McDonald's Gippsland, Road Safe and Gippsland's own TRFM.
Top Pub Morwell, $18 pot and Palmer in the sports bar Monday to Friday. Free trivia every Wednesday from 7:30pm. $15 lunch in the bistro Monday to Wednesday. The new winter bistro menu now available at Top Pub.
Bonus gift cards on selected home appliances now at Harvey Norman. Save $200 on the Dyson Multi-Floor Extra Vacuum. Now just $499 plus bonus $25 gift card. Bonus $70 gift card on Breville the Barista Touch Matte Black Coffee Machine. Only $1,399. Bonus $200 gift card on the latest LG 12 kilo front loader. Perfectly paired with the 10 kilo heat pump dryer. Hot package price $3,498. Bonus gift cards on selected home appliances now at Harvey Norman.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
The right footer puts it on its way and it goes over the goal umpire's head. And at 3-minute mark of the first quarter, the first goal goes towards the Parrots. And a flying shot at goal, and that's going to go through by the big centre-half forward, Aaron Hilberg. He was on fire last week at this ground. He's got his first this afternoon. Heppel comes in from 40 metres out, puts it on its way, and they cannot miss. They cannot miss. They've kicked 7 straight, and Wonthaggi are yet to score. The margin 42 points.
Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Yeah, it is quarter time. And we have one team that showed up, and it's Leongatha. 7 straight 42, Leongatha. Lead Wonthaggi Power, the second place Wonthaggi Power. No score in a quarter of football. Here's the key stats for Gippsland Isuzu Ute, Paul Carter.
You know, we were doing the tips before the game. I was talking about the reserve match.
Yep, fair enough too.
Inside 50s, obviously 18-1. I don't think I've ever seen a disparity like that in the game that we've done. Clearances, Leongatha 9-8, 4 each second centre clearances. The free kicks 16 in that first quarter, 9 to Wonthaggi, 7 to Leongatha. The marks 27-22 Leongatha's way, 5-3 contested marks Leongatha's way. Marks inside 50, 7-0. 6 straight goals from set shots Leongatha. 6 goals from turnovers, 1 goal from a stoppage. The ruckman, Ben Willis, had 7 hit-outs. Justin Palicano, 4. Tomahuda, 10 hit-outs. Kyle Reid, 4. Jacob Thomas, 1. Main stat winners for the teams, 6 each to Luke Bowman and Aaron Heppel for Leongatha, 7 to Kim Drew, 5 to Tom Marriott, 4 apiece to Cam Olden and Ned Hanley. And for Wonthaggi, their lead stat winner was Jared Blair with 5, 4 to Ryan Sparks, and the rest that were following were 2s and 3s.
Boxer, what do you say to the coach of Wonthaggi, you're Jared Blair? What do you say to him? You're 42 points down in a top-of-the-table clash.
Yeah, we spoke about that, you know, just before, just through the quarter-time break there too, and it's one of those things that he has to stand. Well, he has to stand tall. No pun intended.
Which he has been, though. And he's been okay.
No, as a coach standing in the huddle and look them straight in the eye and say, okay, we expected them to come out hard and fast. but we weren't strong enough inside the contest, and we weren't strong enough at the ball.
Well, we'll get some scores for you in the moment. The second quarter is about to get underway, and Huther got the tap down. Blair was there at ground level, but big Benny Willis, there's Marion again, squeezed a handball. They go forward again. Hume kicks one out into some open space. Jurek led the task. Coming the other direction was Lenehan, though. Although Hume picked it off, gave it to Turton, ran into a tackler, gave it back to Hume. They worked that well nicely, Leongatha. They go to a dangerous spot. Taking the mark, though, is Thomas Huther, though, for Wonthaggi, who will slow things up and go lateral, and found Fergus O'Connor. He's got another short, and he finds him now, and that's Hayes. But he's still in his defensive 50. They want to hold on to it. Hayes goes back to O'Connor. They went lateral. They try the switch again. Gets out to Bray, top of the square. Can they get it on the other side? They worked hard. That was Knowles now. Sorry, gave it to Jared Blair. He is outside his defensive 50, so they've just moved slightly.
Worked it well out there to end up with Blair. And that ball has moved through to Shannon Bray, who's taken it just the other side of the backside to Wonthaggi's wing. He kicks it backwards towards Knowles, who comes inboard to Huther. Slow play here by the Power, but at least they're getting the ball in their hands and trying to control it for a little bit. Huther looks to play on. He's going to have to kick it long now.
He's got no one long.
He's got no one long. He ended up just kicking it for space.
That could be deliberate if it goes.
It might actually end up okay. They've tried to chase him down. The ball goes out of bounds, and the umpire has said, please throw it in 55 metres out from the Wonthaggi Power.
It's
goal.
9 marks to Wonthaggi in a minute and a half.
Wow. And they travelled maybe 50 metres.
Ball coming back in. Willis bumps Huther out of the way, and the ball goes nowhere. Wrapped up straight away is Huther again, and we'll have the ball up.
Yeah, I just was going to say, I was just watching the boundary line then, and Pelicano come off there at quarter time with looks like a serious knee injury, but good news for the Parrots is that he's running the boundary line now. The knee's heavily strapped up, but hopefully it was what we'll call a stinger for now. Scudder.
Well, sorry, Wonthaggi's had their best power of play.
The ball through forward, but Marriott cuts off the lead as it was coming in there inside their forward 50. And he takes the mark in the back pocket there for the Parrots. Probably the best bit of play that Wonthaggi's had to try and get it inside their forward 50.
And even after that, it was only 2 nice kicks. That's all it was, Timmy.
It was. Marriott delivers it out there to the back line outside the 50. Ball bobbles around there. Blair gets the handball out towards Sparks. Sparks gets the handball over to Andy Murray, who kicks the ball in there. And there's a great mark taken there by Hutchison, about 35 out. He plays on, puts the ball to the top of the square. And the mark, big fist comes over the top there by Wilcox, and that is the first score there for the Power.
So minor score, they come in board. Here's Heppel it was, chipped it out towards Cameron Stone, towards the commentary box. 3 minutes into the second quarter, Stone decides to go backwards to Westaway. He can square it out wide again to Sovereign. He's got one out wide, Nash, to get over the top of Hutchison. It does. And Nash can take the mark on the half-back flank. And he chips over the top. They present to Hume. It might come back. Huther has to do some groundwork. But Willis came in with a strong tackle, put him under the pump, wrapped it up, and we've got a stoppage.
And if Blair done his homework from last week, as we discussed before, he knows that Sale worked themselves back into the game in that second quarter last week too. So trying to use the positives from previous weeks to see if he can get his side back into this game.
So tap down Blair was from that stoppage, couldn't get a handle on it. Either could Lindsay it was. No, down there was Bates trying to work hard. Bobbles around, Marriott's the back of this stoppage. Although coming back the other way, nicely done by Davey, who's got the run with roll on Marriott. Out the back was O'Connor. His underground handball put Huther under a little bit of pressure. The umpire gave him a bit of time to get rid of it. Sparks said, I'll just come and get it. Kicked it, got dumped by Willis. But taking the mark at half-back is Sovereign. Swings around inboard, and Reed just belts into Littlejohn and gives away a free kick. The advantage might be paid. Wilcox got it to Stone. Got it back on now to Vanderplot. He coughed up the footy, though. Quick kick around the body to half forward. Going up, can't mark is Thomas. Comes to ground. Murray's there as well for the Power. But there's 3 Parrots, and they jump on him. And we're going to stoppage 4.5 minutes in. Second quarter, margin, though, sits at 41 points.
Yeah, just listen to their intensity a little bit, Scud, too, the Wonthaggi side. So some really good signs early into this second quarter, but we know how big the mountain's got to be climbed to get anywhere near this Leongatha side at the moment.
Willis gets the massive hit out there of the ruck. It ends up straight with Bates. He kicks the ball high. Big contest there. Sparks came over and got the hands in there. Blair went to ground when he needed to try and keep his feet. Handball came out and ended up going wide towards Stone. Stone gets the clearing kick out towards the wing and was taken by Shannon Bray. He got the handball off to Josh Bates. He's got the underground handball going there. Back out to O'Connor. O'Connor delivers the ball inside forward 50, and a strong contested mark there by Jacob Thomas. He looks to go forward on the lead there.
Jack Blair.
Jack Blair. Just waiting to see whether Benny Willis was going to take him out in the contest. But Blair takes a strong contested mark, and he'll have probably what is really Wonthaggi's first real shot on goal here, and we are 5.5 minutes into the second quarter.
Tell you what, the colour of your shorts would have changed knowing that Benny Willis is going to come out and Pollack's moving at that pace as well. But, yeah, nice kick inside there to Jack Blair. So the Wonthaggi side, it's an understatement if they need this goal right now.
Blair comes in and puts it forward and has got the first one on the board for the Wonthaggi Power. 6 minutes into the second quarter.
And just to continue on with that question from before too, Scott, I think the biggest thing from Blair at quarter time was just to win this quarter. I think, you know, try and obviously minimise the impact of Leongatha and their penetration inside 50 and to work their ball forward and score, or try and at least score when they get inside 50, and they're doing that so far in this second quarter.
Margin back to 35 points at the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Wonthaggi's first goal on the board. They're 1-1-7 on the Carpet Country scoreboard. Leongatha 7 straight, 42.
Great work by Nick Luceno. Our special comments this afternoon, all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981, as Willis will do the ruck duties up against Huther. Huther tapped it straight to the roving Willis and then took two power players, Sparks and Lindsay, down in a tackle. We'll get some around the ground scores for you. Boxer, over to you. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
No worries. Quarter time scores in the Gippsland League. Mafra 4-3-27 to Moe, just the 2 points. And Morwell 2-4-16 to Traralgon 1-3-9.
Keep it going. We've got a stoppage back here.
Yep, Sale 6-4-40. We've got a nice tight contest down there at Sale. Bairnsdale 4-2-26.
Any other scores around mid-Gippsland, North Gippsland, if you like?
Yeah, we'll get to them now too. Then Foster 21 to Morwell East 15. Stony Creek 18 to Moomba North 10. Tarwin 34 to Tura 6. Newborough 44. Thorpedale 15. And Yannar 20 to Ballara, just the 3 points.
Leongatha got it inside forward 50, but Wonthaggi are up to the task. They got the kick out wide towards Harry Dawson, who then picked it up, got tackled in strife, holding the ball, the umpire said. And the free kick will go Leongatha's way, right on the top of their 50. And it's Marriott. It's hard to get around a Marriott tackle, that's for sure.
He's really burning off the tag from Davey, and it's actually been ineffective at the minute because you can see where Davey is now on the man on the mark, and Marriott just kicks the ball inside 50. Looking from the lead from Heppel, but it's been marked there by Reid deep in the back pocket for the Wonthaggi side.
So Reid has it. Looks to switch it up, and that's what they've had their most success in, moving the footy forward at least, but the kick, though, was partially smothered. To put team it under a bit of pump, Stephen Scott was there, had to twist and turn and just barrel it out. It's all Leongatha. Vanderplight's out there, won it, gave it across to Sovereign. He comes back inboard, took on one tackler and two, over the shoulder handball. Nicely done. They drive it back inside forward 50, over the top of Pelicano's head, and taking the uncontested mark, the big ruckman who's rolled back and helped out in Tomahutha, and he quickly handballed backwards to Scott. Kicks towards his defensive 50. Sparks has to go up and elevate and can't mark. Ball comes to ground level. Picked up nicely by Heppel. Gets around one. Chips to the leading Pelicano. Lands at his toes. Let's see how that knee is. Twist, turn. Gets around one. The knee's fine. Left foot shot. Top of the square it goes. Huther's in the prime spot. Will take the mark for power.
Great to see Pelicano back out there as Huther takes the relieving kick out towards the 50-metre mark, and there'll be a free kick out there to the Wonthaggi Power there in Josh Bates, who took the contact there from the Leongatha player.
35-point margin.
He's looking straight down the line, wanting to go there, and he finds O'Connor at the defensive 50. He's looking for the switch inboard. There's not much on, though. Leongatha have got their wall well set up. He delivers low and finds the coach there in Jared Blair, who plays on straight away, and he finds a short little kick onto the wing to Jacob Thomas, who got the handball out there. Ends up back with Blair. Nice short hands and delivers the ball inside to Andy Murray. Andy Murray from 60 out. Kicks it long. Looking for Hutchison.
Oh, it's a free kick every day.
But Hutchison was good enough to keep his feet, runs onto it and kicks the goal.
And one of the things this one Thaggy side are doing now, they're just mixing their play up a little bit too. So we saw the slow play come out of their defensive 50, but then that was a quick transition inside, and it was Blair who attacked the ball tremendously inside, and the way they used the ball coming out through the middle of the ground was just great use of the ball. But the athleticism of Hutchinson, he'd have to be 6'3", and his ground level was fantastic, and finished off the really good work from Wonthaggi to get their second for the quarter.
And they're the only ones who have scored this quarter, which is interesting. So we've had 9 goals won to this end of the ground and nothing to the other end. It's 2-1-13 Wonthaggi at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter. Leongatha on their quarter-time score of 7 straight 42. Those scores on the Carpet Country scoreboard.
Zambrero goal of the day contenders. Haven't seen too many great goals. Of course, the new big burrito at Zambrero Traralgon. The ball comes back to the middle. Can they get a run on? They've got 2 in a row, the power. Sparks goes down. Free kick will go to Sparks in the middle of the ground, and they're not happy with Drew as Hutha came in. Sparks said, I'll get up and I'll kick it towards me, little forward in Blair. That's Jack, gets to the back. There's Marriott. Squeezed a handball out to Sovereign, who's got a left foot. He gets it out wide to Stone, who's got a little bit of open space. And he takes the mark, but he played on and no one was down the line. He went backwards to Little John by hand and he just blazed away. Does he touch the boundary line? Bray tries to keep it in, and he does so in the end. And he can chip it over the top to Blair, who can mark at his chest. Nicely done.
Oh, had given a little bit of extra to go on with too after he'd taken the mark.
Half forward flank build up. Still a couple of kicks away from entering their forward 50. Blair doesn't know whether to come inboard or keep it to the line. He goes to the line in the end, and Sparks presented.
We're 200 metres away, and we saw that the umpire was 5 metres away.
Handballs over the top to O'Connor, puts it in a spot. Hutchison can't mark. Here's Westaway at the back there, trying to work out. Kick off the ground by Davey, rushes it through. And we've got another minor score now. They're starting to build the power.
Yeah, you can just feel that the tempo has lifted as well, and you can just see their attack on the pills just been the most important part this quarter at the minute too, is just allowing them to win the turnover and get the ball inside 50.
Wonthaggi 2-2-14, Leongatha 7 straight 42. We've played 12 minutes second quarter.
Forrester takes the kick out from full back and delivers it wide to the wing. Big Benny Willis, he cleared the pack out for Cam Holden to take the mark. He looking to go straight away inboard. That ball there is cut off there by the Wonthaggi player there in Lindsay.
Yep.
Takes the ball forward. He kicks it on there through to Sparks. Sparks delivers the ball in there, but there's no one there apart from Leongatha in Westaway, and he takes a strong mark there in the back line.
Just dead play then too. Why would you put the ball 50 metres in the air when you've got a bloke that's only 4'3"? So just tried to work that one out for me.
Westaway to Stone. He comes back inboard to Pelicano. Quick hands off there to Forrester. He's raking ball into centre half forward. Good hands in there from the Wonthaggi team to clear that ball out of there. Heppel, he puts the ball forward inside the forward 50. And
all on his own.
An all-arm mark there is Aaron Hilberg, and he'll take the mark about 35 metres out directly in front. I'm not sure how someone like Hilberg can be left alone like that in the forward line.
It was a bit of a kamikaze kick, not expected by the Wonthaggi defenders either, but Hilberg was in the right spot.
Hilberg comes in on the left boot, heads towards goal and puts it straight through.
Well, there's the goal that Wonthaggi didn't want. Just undid all their good work in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes. And again, it's that dominant midfield of Leongatha. And that was one of the things we should have spoken about too, how dominant they were in the first quarter. They've been able to nullify them now, but how long can you keep a midfield like that down for? Time will tell.
And Hilberg's second goal for the day takes the margin back out to 34 points in Leongatha's favour. They are 8 goals straight, 48 to 2-2-14, and we have played 13 3/4 minutes on the Carpet Country scoreboard.
Just a quick AFL update too, Scud. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland. It's a 4-point lead to Sydney Swans at half-time.
So back to the middle. No one really got a hand on it. Here's Blair. Jared kicks it towards half forward in the way of Murray. Waits for it to come to him. Vanderplate close quickly. Got it to Sovereign. Now to Jurek. Back to Vanderplate. Well done. Now we got Randan in the tackle from behind. Nicely done. That was from Harry Dawson. And the free kick will be paid. 80 metres. The desperation stakes have lifted for the power. You can sense it. They lead the quarter, but they need a chip away. Big Thomas presents and he goes not quite that far, but Lindsay was there, comes in the other way, was Forrester over the shoulder from Blair. No, the umpire said.
We must be in the wrong spot. Are they standing in the wrong spot? Anyway.
Over the shoulder wasn't paid. Stoppage, ball up again. Thomas takes the ruck duty, taps it outside the congested area. Sovereign goes to ground with his opponent and we'll have a ball up.
that wasn't me butchering the English language again. I'm just dumbfounded with the fact that the umpires can't see what we can see, and they're a lot closer to the play than what we are.
You're right, because you're speechless. And that was a very appropriate time to be speechless.
Pelicano with the hit out there, but he's taken there by Reed from Wonthaggi, who's taken down in a strong tackle about 55 metres out from the Wonthaggi Powers goal.
Do you think we can close the windows now? Well, no. Freezing.
It's good. It's apparently good for the rash.
Have a look.
Pelicano and Thomas go hard at it. There, the ball's delivered inside Wonthaggi's forward 50. Davey ran underneath it. Ball's come knocked out of there by Wilcox.
Oh, good tackle.
Strong tackle there by Steve Forrester. And the umpire again come in and he'll ball it up.
They've just lifted their tempo, haven't they, Scud? Just the Wonthaggi side. They've just, the intensity has lifted a little bit, just forcing that turnover by the Parrots.
Thomas again gets the tap down, straight to Jared Blair, who's taken straight away there by Jurek, I think it was. And they'll have another ball up there inside the Powers forward 50.
So the two work out at the margin. Sits at 34 points in the second quarter. Blair with a strong tackle on Jurek. Little quick kick around the body. Goes in the directions of Drew, though, for Leongatha. He quickly gets ball to boot. Clears that defensive 50. Coming the other direction. Nicely done was Hilberg. Gave it hands back to Jurek. Back to Hilberg. Nice little chain of handball. This is Bowman with his left foot. And it gets towards little Ned Hanley. Nicely done. Put one hand up. Plucked it. Goes inboard. One-on-one. Heppel's there. Slipping over was Wonthaggi. Handball to Drew. Drew gets it to the near side to open space. Puts it out in front of, is it Forrester and also Hume coming the other way. Steve Forrester was able to get there. Give it to Drew. Can they find a target by foot? It's going to get at the toes of Heppel. He's up to the task. He goes to the right foot towards the boundary line. Gets worked close to the boundary. And a free kick will be paid Leongatha's way for holding on in desperation stakes. And we'll go to Cam Olden. Tightish angle right on the boundary line. They've kicked 8 goals straight. And if he has a shot from here and it goes through, they're on today. He decides to chip it to the top of the square. Oh, Turton went straight through his hands. Bowman's there as well now. Working hard is Blair. The other direction, over the shoulder. Free kick, Shawley's got to go to Schultz. And finally, Boxer, they see one. As they play on and deliver it towards O'Connor.
O'Connor's called to play on. Must have been touched off the boot there. Still inside the Parrots forward 50, but a free kick there going against Pelicano.
He had a head full of steam then too when he come through and cleaned up a couple of the Wonthaggi players
too. Up there with Jared Blair. Jared Blair gets to Reed. They're looking for the switch, which they've tried a few times this afternoon. He has the short kick over there. The ball is ending up back in a good mark there taken by Thomas. Thomas plays on. Is able to hit the mark there in Bates. Bates goes back inboard to Reed. Reed from the half-back flank looking for the big switch out to the far side. In Andy Murray, who's able to take a good strong grab there. He's looking to pay the ball back on there, which finds it Schultz out there on centre wing. He's been called to play on again, but he's got nowhere to go to. Corralled there by Heppel, so he's forced to go back towards Reed. Reed comes back in ball, half-ball line. Wasn't a great kick to the coach, who was able to pick it up there and get it towards O'Connor. O'Connor, they get the kick forward, but standing there at centre half-back was Willis. Good contest there by both players. And Davies wrapped up there by Steve Forrester, and we'll have a ball up. Centre half forward there for the Power.
Yeah, they look like they're under pressure. They're moving their ball forward as well. Well, we just saw Blair in the middle of the ground just do a wrestling move on Cam Olden, and he won.
Well, a big tap out. At the back was O'Connor. His kick was smothered. They got some numbers forward to Wonthaggi. Handball out was from Bates. Got it backwards to Lenehan. He kicks to the top of the 50, but Wilcox, a big defender. Front spot, throwing the footy every day of the week. Nicely done. Advantage. Anderson was the one who put the tackle on. Great work, Westaway to Vanderpleit. Back to Westaway. A little tap. 1-2. Nicely done. And the experienced defenders of Leongatha work it out again to Heppel. He can go inboard to Olden. Can elevate and mark on the 45. He's got Forrester at centre half back. Goes there now. That's Sam. And he's got another one out wide in Jurek. Now he goes to him. Can mark and got a little space in front. Carries, gets it out wide to Sovereign. Has anyone presented a half forward? Turton was the one. It was ignored. Leongatha's turn to hold onto the footy now. As they lead by 34 points, they've kicked 8 goals straight, and we're a 19-minute mark of the second quarter as Sovereign kicks down the line. Jurek ran on. Bowman was there as well. Ganane and Big Pelicano will happy to see it over for a boundary throw in 70 metres around from Leongatha's goal into this second quarter.
Scudmore still had a 14-point lead against Traralgon, 29-15.
Couple of big results. Mafra obviously inside the top 5, and they're playing a big game against Moe.
Garrett Blair's wrapped up there by Pelicano. And the umpires come in and we'll have another ball up there. Leongatha side of the centre square. 20 minutes gone in this second quarter. The Power have been a lot better in this second quarter than what they were in the first, but they still need to chip away at this margin. The two rucks go at it. Pelicano tries to get the big hit out, but it was Thomas that came over the top. Ball's being bounced around there on the wing. Neither side can pick it up. It ends up there coming out towards Andy Murray. He gets the kick forward, but he's stepped over the boundary line as he's done it, and we'll have a throw in centre wing here at Parrot Park.
Big moments brought to you by Morwellvs Bowling Club. Pot and Palmer night every Saturday night. That's tonight, if you don't know. You're just waking up, not sure what day it is. It's 5:30 tonight, only $20 at the Morwellvs Bowling Club. Good little fight back here from Wonthaggi. You expect they want another couple of goals, though, before half-time. As Davey from the stoppage, that was Mitch Hayes from the stoppage, slipped over and then got tackled by Leongatha Bowman, and we'll have a stoppage on the far side of the ground.
One thing we didn't speak about too at quarter time, I think the big reasoning for the Paris' big first quarter was their half-back line too.
Yep, Bowman won that stoppage, kicked it towards centre half forward. Olden tried to get down low. I think that should be holding the footy. That was his opportunity. The umpire said no. Do you see it that way?
I see nothing from these guys today, but the run-off half-back from the Leongatha side was just incredible in the first quarter. There've been another fight a little bit now this quarter here too, but they have got an absolute big back line.
Well, what about the key prime movers for this second quarter, Paul? We'll get to the O's in a moment. Quick little hand. Turton gave it to Stone, who laid a shot on goal, and it goes not quite in, and there's a free kick that's going to be paid back there to Wonthaggi on the last line of defence. Going to go to Shannon Bray.
What other free kicks, Paul? They seem to be blowing the whistle a fair bit this afternoon.
There was a 16 paid in the first quarter and another 10 this quarter. 7-3 Wonthaggi this quarter.
Bray comes out towards Knowles in the shallow pocket. Short kick to Fergus O'Connor. Worked it nicely. He's got an option there in Dawson on the wing, but he decides to go the short one to Lenihan. And Lenihan now looks up. A couple of presenting options, but they're real close to the line, and Lenihan's kick's going to sail over. And it's going to be out of bounds on the full, and quickly playing it on. Westerway's got Willis in board. They've got numbers everywhere in the middle of the ground. Take your raffle pick. And Willis says, all right, I'll give it to my mate in Forrester, and he can go further out wide to Hume. If it hits the target, coming the other direction is Schultz. Good little contest by Schultz. Gets around him. Well done, little fella. Now they might be on Wonthaggi. Chips it over the top. Just missed Hutchison. Hume has to come back and fix it up. Blair put his body on the line. Leongatha got some numbers. And they stopped that forward thrust from Wonthaggi. 22.5 minutes gone. Second quarter margin at 34 points, Box.
It is, Scott, and just it's half time at Traralgon, and it's Morwell 4-5-29. They lead Traralgon 1-9-15.
Thomas with the tap out there, straight to Heppel. He gives the quick hands off there to Olden, and he will get the free kick there from the back line. Sends it forward.
To Olden.
To Olden. That was Kim Drew. Sorry, my bad. Kim Drew was Olden. He gets the handball out, makes it hard for Forrester, but he worked hard to get the ball there. Drew caught one high. The umpire said play on. Mitch Hayes is trying hard there in the middle.
Free kick. Hold the man.
It'll end up with Mitch Hayes. He was held on to for too long there. And he's got the ball straight in the centre ground here at Parrot Park. He goes out wide. That ends up with Josh Schultz. Schultz delivering the ball forward to Andy Murray. He was unable to make the mark. Good contest there by Van der Pluyt. He's gone over the ball. He needs to knock it out, otherwise he'll get pinged. Nothing being going on there in the forward line there, and it'll be a ball up.
The umpires must be getting played by how many times they blow the whistle. Scud.
All right, how many free kicks, Paul?
And that's 12 this quarter. 8-4 Wonthaggi's way this quarter.
16 in the first quarter.
Yep.
16 in the first. Yeah.
Well, they only pay what they see, Boxer. That's what they tell us.
Actually, they haven't paid what they see either. If they did, it'd probably be more. So
Thomas with the big contest. He knocked the ball. It's gone over the boundary line.
Was it on the full?
Conversing. from my vantage point, it was Thomas that actually knocked the ball out, not Willis, but Thomas has ended up with the free kick. I'm not sure what's happened there. He comes in board towards Hutchison. High over 4. He was unable to take the mark. Ball comes down, and Davey, he's wrapped up in a tackle straight away, and the umpire will come in.
Has he got a blood nose? He's got a blood nose.
What? From the altitude.
Did you like that one, Scott?
Oh, no, I didn't. That was... I'll tell you what, your mates down at the yoga factory have just shut up shop. That's what they've done.
Oh, dad jokes here on Saturday afternoon on Gippsland Live. Don't you worry about that. Willis and Thomas go at it again. Big Benny Willis. He just sat there and pushed Thomas away. Got the left hand up. Straight down, but it was...
come down with snow on his head, or...
So again, another stoppage. Can Wonthaggi get something? They've got 2 goals to 1 in in this second quarter. The margin was 42 points at quarter time. It's now back to 34. If they can get it back under 30, I might be happy with the second quarter, but they've got a bit of work to do. From the stoppage, no one's really going to hand up. Blair eventually gave it to Marriott, who quickly got ball to boot and cleared the area. Hume comes the other way to mark strongly. Half-back flank. He's a long way from home, though. He looks inboard. They're dangerous and risky kicks, but Wilcox up for it. Takes a mark, although little Davey tried to ruffle his feathers a little bit. As now Wilcox drives it towards centre-half forward. Goes back, Heppel's a target, got one hand on it. Jack Ganane was there, now he has to do some groundwork. They'll come at him strong, and they got him over the shoulder. The umpire said I didn't see it. And that could be one little square up, didn't hurt him. But every time he goes for the football, they'll try it on him, box up.
Yeah, I'd be hearing footsteps every time he went near the ball for Jack.
You were talking about having a target. I reckon Jack Ganane's got one on him.
Has he ever? Have we seen Staley come back on? I'm not sure we have seen Justin Staley either, by the way, boys. He might be out for the game as Wonthaggi kick it at half-forward. Here's Wilcox again. Davies got him in a good tackle. That's holding the footy, umpire! And the umpire agrees with me.
You know why? Because he can hear that.
He may have heard me. Good tackle from Davey on big Wilcox.
They can hear in Wonthaggi.
The margin's at 34 points. Davey plays on, gets around one. Oh, puts a handball to the flat-footed Lindsay. He gives it back to Davey. He's into all sorts, and the umpire says, that's it. That will do it. My ball or half-time?
Half-time.
I was that loud I missed the siren. It only went 26 and a half minutes. That's why I was concerned. Half-time rolls around. Lee and Gatham's got their kicking boots on. 8 straight 48. Wonthaggi reduced the margin, though. 2-2-14. The margin sits, however, at 34 points at half-time. It is a big top-of-the-table clash. 1v2 from South Gippsland. Great to have your company on TRFM wherever you might be across Gippsland and the Valley. It is Gippsland Live, and it's thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
The Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan.
Louise, what's the sexiest profession?
I feel like a pharmacist, especially the women in their like little white coats. They look hot.
All right.
I'm intrigued.
Usually
Are you going to give me named brand for the cost of no name brand? Woo!
Are you going to slip my repeats in the bag?
I'm on file. It's okay.
The Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan. Weekday mornings from 6. TRFM.
Back July 11th.
Style has a new home in Gippsland and it's Carpet Country. Carpet Country is proud to announce the launch of the Country Tiler. Building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, they've condensed all of their knowledge into one stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone. And with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Zambrero's new Big Burrito is so big, it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambrero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambrero. Feel good Max.
G'day, can I help you? Yes, I hope so. I'm digging a trench in our backyard, so I need one of those machines that goes cook.
Oh, you need an excavator.
Excavator, right, if you say so. And then to flatten out the dirt, I was thinking one of them doon thingamabobs.
That'd be a whacker plate.
We know which piece of equipment you need for your project, even if you don't. We hire them too. Mini loaders, drum rollers, tip tipper trailers and more. See you soon. Gippsland, Wacker, Noyson and Latrobe Valley Forklifts. Visit lvforklifts.com.au.
Bonus local delivery on selected bedding purchases now at Harvey Norman with purchases over $999. Includes mattresses, ensembles, bedroom and kids furniture. Plus 60 months interest free, no deposit, no interest from Latitude with 60 approximately equal monthly payments and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Finance only available if you have or are approved for a participating Latitude credit card. Minimum finance amount $1,000. See T's and C's. Interest applies for non-compliance. Fees and product exclusions apply. In-store purchases only. Delivery within 25-kilometre radius of store. Bonus local delivery on selected bedding purchases at Harvey Norman.
Your local Foodworks store in Sale, Locksport and Henry and Highland Streets, Traralgon. The home of the $10 six-pack.
Your $10 six-pack this week is Miller Draft. Corona six-packs just $15. Strongbow six-packs now $12. Jack Daniels and Cola 4-packs only $17. Southern Comfort and Cola 12-pack $33. Miller Draft, your $10 six-pack.
Available now at your local Foodworks store in Sale, Locksport and Henry and Highland Streets, Traralgon. The home of the $10 six-pack.
KBI Off-Road is the team you should trust for your vehicle's next repair, fitting or service. For a huge range of off-roading equipment to prepare you for your next adventure, visit KBI Off-Road at 319 Princess Highway, Traralgon.
Try Hungry Jack's new Roadhouse Whopper with double bacon and special sauce. Or fall in love with Roadhouse Jack's fried chicken. Hungry Jack's new Roadhouse. The burgers are better. Hungry Jack's now has Jack's Cafe. Rich, velvety, smooth barista coffee. Barista-made cappuccinos, caramel lattes and delicious iced coffees. Pick up in drive-thru from Jack's Cafe at Hungry Jack's.
Style has a new home in Gippsland and it's Carpet Country. Carpet Country is proud to announce the launch of the Country Tiler. Building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, they've condensed all of their knowledge into one stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone. And with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Blair comes in and puts it forward and has got the first one on the board for the Wonthaggi Power. 6 minutes into the second quarter.
Ball comes to ground level, picked up nicely by Heppel, gets around one, chips to the leading Pelicano, lands at his toes. Let's see how that knee is. Twist, turn, gets around one, the knee's 5, left foot shot, top of the square it goes. Hooth's in the prime spot, will take the mark for Power. Coming the other direction is Schultz. Good little contest by Schultz. Gets around and well done, little fella. Now they might be on Wonthaggi. Chips it over the top. Just missed Hutchison. Hume has to come back and fix it up. Blair put his body on the line. Leongatha got some numbers and they stopped that forward thrust from Wonthaggi. 22.5 minutes gone.
Gippsland Live on TRFM. This is the halftime wrap.
Yes, half-time here at Parrot Park. It is Leongatha leading by 34 points. They led by 42 at quarter time. Now the margin's back to 34 points. 8 straight, 48 to 2-2-14. Goal scorers in a half of football for Leongatha. Well, Aaron Heppel's got 3. He got them all in that first quarter. 2 goals to Aaron Hilberg and then singles to Cam Olden, Will Littlejohn, Luke Bowman, while for Wonthaggi, only the 2 goal scorers to date, all in the second quarter there, Jack Hutchison and Jack Blair, single goal scorers. Well, Boxer, they reduced the margin there at half-time. They went from 42 points as Boxer just tried to...
He's just knocked himself out.
He has just tried to put the headset back on and he's just knocked himself out. He smashed his glasses, so we're going to let him be. We need a trainer up in the commentary box if we can, or we might need a paramedic.
I thought they were big enough to get over.
I tell you what, who are we working with here? I tell you, this is unbelievable. Timmy, I'll go to you then. What do you need from Wonthaggi in this second half of football?
Oh, look, I think they obviously need a fair bit more of what they were doing in that second quarter, especially at the start of it. They brought the extra pressure around the ball and were able to get some control and not allow Leongatha to have their run off the half-back line, which they had in that first quarter, and they were running just straight through the middle without any pressure on the ball. So they need to do that. They need to do that again. they need to stop making silly mistakes. We saw it here in the last 30 seconds of that quarter where Davey really just needed to deliver the ball to about 15 metres out and put the Leongatha backline under some pressure. Instead, a little handball to a guy that was to Lindsay, who was already under pressure, and just those silly turnovers is what's costing them to try and get back into this game even further.
Well, let's have a look at the key stats, all thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute, the new D-Max, born to live and born to tow. It's available at Gippsland Isuzu Ute. Here's Paul Carter.
Not surprisingly, in that second quarter, Wonthaggi had the better of the inside 50, seeing they did outscore Leongatha 2-2 to a goal. It was 11-7 Wonthaggi's way in the second term, but Leongatha, by virtue of that first quarter, lead the inside 50 stats to half-time 25-12. Both teams have had 15 clearances. Both teams have had 6 centre clearances. The free kicks have gone Wonthaggi's way 19-11. A lot of marks so far, 105 marks taken in the match to date, 56 to Wonthaggi and 49 to Leongatha. Contested marks, Wonthaggi 10-8. Marks inside 50. It actually went Wonthaggi's way 4-1 in that second quarter, but 8-4 overall. No one's missed a set shot today. Leongatha have kicked all 7 of theirs, and Wonthaggi have kicked the one they had as a set shot. The Leongatha score has come 7 goals straight from turnovers and 1 goal straight from stoppages, and all of the 2 goals too from Wonthaggi were from turnovers. The Battle of the Ruckman saw Ben Willis with another 7 hit-outs in the second quarter. He's had 14 to half-time, backed up by Justin Palicano with 7. He's been up against Tomahuda, who's had 16 hit-outs to half-time. Kyle Reid 4 and Jacob Thomas 5 in that quarter for a total of 6 to the half-time mark. The leading stat winner today is Aaron Heppel. He's had 6 in both quarters, 12 to the half-time mark, 10 kicks and 2 handballs, 11 each to Tom Marriott and Kim Drew, 8 to Luke Bowman and Cam Olden. And then of the other ones we're following, Ned Hanley has 5, Travis Nash 3 and 2 to Ben Willis. The leading stat winner for Wonthaggi is the coach, Jared Blair, leading by example, as you would expect. He's had 7 kicks, 5 handballs, 2 marks, 4 clearances. He's had 12 disposals altogether. Next in line would be Ryan Sparks with 9. Tomahuda had 6 disposals that quarter, 8 to half-time, 6 to Mitch Hayes, 5 to Aidan Lindsay, Jack Blair 4 in that quarter. I didn't get a stat for Jack Blair in that first quarter, but probably
didn't go down there.
He was down the other end of the ground.
Exactly right.
And 3 to Tim Knowles.
There it is, the key stats for Gippsland Isuzu Ute. Let's go to around the grand scores at half-time, and this is all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture. You've got sofas, tables, chairs, home office and barbecues, all at great prices. Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland stores. Here's Nick Lachina, who's recovered from a headset incident.
I'm okay at the moment. I just got a little bit of slight. I might have to do a concussion test in a minute. You just have to work.
Well, we might put you out for 20 minutes, and that might be a good thing.
Okay, so Mafra, 13-4-82. Big leaders over Moe, 3-3-21. Morwell 4-5-29 to Traralgon, 1-9-15. Sale, 9-10-64 to Bairnsdale, 8-4-50.
Hello, is this Josh? Hello, is this Josh? Hello.
Only the one, mate, and it's a close one. It's Hayfield, 4-5-29. They trail Woodside just by the point, 4-6-30.
Well, you have a rest. The trainers have come here from the Leongatha side. They've got the ice pack ready. They've got the defib all ready to go as well. We're a little bit concerned for our main man, Nick Lachino. We're going to go to a quick break. That has been the halftime wrap, and the big news is the boxer nearly knocked himself out with a headset just prior to coming on air. It is Gippsland Live. It's halftime. It's Leongatha leading by 34 points, and it's all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
New Year in New York City. Flights, accommodation and exclusive tickets to welcome in the new year at the world-famous Times Square. Enter now at themorningcrew.com.au and leave your phone on. Each weekday morning, Gabby and Dan could ring and put you on the standby list. New Year, New York. Thanks to The Morning Crew with Gabby and Dan and TRFM.
Busy day? Make mealtime easy. Order on the KFC app. Score exclusive offers, get access to the secret menu, KFC delivery and more. Only on the KFC app.
Now at Harvey Norman, hot deals across a huge range of fabric and leather sofas, dining tables and chairs, Australian-made furniture, home office, outdoor furniture and barbecues. With quick delivery available on a huge range. Plus get 60 months interest-free, no deposit, no interest from Latitude with 60 approximately equal monthly payments and receive a bonus gift card up to $1,000. Finance only available if you have or are approved for a participating Latitude credit card. Minimum finance amount $1,000. See T's and C's. Interest applies for non-compliance. Fees and product exclusions apply. Now at Harvey Norman.
Style has a new home in Gippsland and it's Carpet Country. Carpet Country is proud to announce the launch of the Country Tiler. Building on decades of experience sourcing tiles from all over the world, they've condensed all of their knowledge into one stunning new contemporary showroom. With stunning tiles hand-sourced from only the finest suppliers, they have something for everyone, and with special orders and almost limitless buying power. Soon to be Gippsland's exclusive home of Laminex, the only limitation is your imagination. Drop in to see them at Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Hi, I'm Richard O'Byrne from King and Heath. Winter is here, but that doesn't mean it's not a great time to sell your property. Our team are full of ideas on how to create an atmosphere of warmth that'll appeal to anyone inspecting your home this winter. For more, head to our articles page at kingheath.com.au.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's putting it mildly. The Sofa does awesome street food.
Love their beers and tacos.
The wines and cocktails.
And live music. Want to head back here again?
Definitely. Tomorrow.
The Servo gets you back for many great reasons. The food van and bar are open from noon every day, and there's live music every Saturday and Sunday 2 till 5. The Servo is perfect for functions, so book now and let the Servo serve you. Lakes Entrance, on the highway opposite the footbridge.
Hello, I'm calling from another solar company, and I was wondering if...
Can I hug your panels?
Our panels?
Yeah.
Well, I don't...
See, Solar Gang Gippsland have a showroom here in Bairnsdale. They have solar and battery systems for residential and business, and the government rebates still apply.
Oh.
What I'm saying is, can you give me the latest in Tesla solutions? Because Solar Gang Gippsland can and have. Bye-bye now.
Remember the name, Solar Gain. Now open on Saturday mornings, Main Street, Bairnsdale.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
You can go your own way.
With 3.5-ton towing, you can bring all the toys. Get off-road and play with 4x4 terrain command and a rear diff lock. And rock out with Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Plus, with a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, the 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
Test drive today at Gippsland Isuzu Ute on the Princess Highway, Traralgon, LMCT 10285.
The hand-crumbed, perfectly crunchy, goldenous schnitzelus is often found resting happily in a wrap or roll, satisfying ravenous post-match hunger. There's only one habitat for such a delectable morsel, and that's Schnitz Traralgon.
Zambrero's new Big Burrito is so big, it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambrero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambrero. Feel good Mex.
Introducing the Australiano from McCafe, their best ever coffee blend with chai and native wattle seed.
This is the third quarter. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Let's get down to business.
Yes, it is time to get down to business of the third quarter. Lauren, thank you. Got to get a bit of a hurry along those as they trail by 34 points at half-time. Both sides back out on the park for this third quarter action. Is all brought to you by McDonald's. Don't forget the new Australiano coffee is now McDonald's, made with the best ever McCafe coffee blend with a chai and native wattle seed boxer. Coffee fit for any Aussie. It'd be nice, wouldn't it, right about now?
Nice. I can't feel my feet.
Got an update for us, AFL scores, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture Gippsland.
I do, it's three-quarter time, and it's still a tight game down there, but it's 9-14-68 the Swans. They lead Essendon 9-3-57.
And Tim, your observation about Justin Staley, I just noticed there was only 3 Wonthaggi players coming to the bench.
So Staley looks like he's out from that little incident that occurred in that first quarter. Early on. Well, it was a little...
fair whack to the forehead.
Little clip that obviously the Wonthaggi boys weren't too happy about, and it's put Staley out, which is a big loss.
Actually, could
for the
be your
power.
forehead. Have a look at that. You can actually play a movie off that, I reckon.
Have a look at yourself, will you, boxer?
For a bloke that couldn't get the headphones on top of his head.
It's only because they were stretched by Wade last week. And I misjudged it.
I misjudged it.
Well, can Wonthaggi make a fight back here, boys? Yes or no?
Well, they showed in the second quarter that they've got some fight. The issue is that they need to clean up some of their ball use to try and get it.
If one thing win, I'll walk home to Maul.
Let's go the power. Let's get the power home out there because Boxer's going to walk home if they win. The third quarter for McDonald's
in shorts.
Someone get Mel Mackey here.
Yep, is about to get underway. It'll be Huther and Willis to do battle. And you heard it right. If Wonthaggi win this game, Boxer's going to walk back to Morwell. And boy, oh boy, don't you bet, you better believe it, I'm going to make him do it for sure. Again, secondary stoppage, Willis got a tap down, comes the other way, nice work by, on that occasion was it, looks to be in the middle there, Luther Jurek, who may have, it was Ned Handley, it was working hard, he had a quiet first half, a good game last week, as that stoppage there, the free kick goes to Sparks, so just notice Sparks might be on Marriott. Just keep an eye on that one, Boxer. Sparks has kicked to Davey. Can't mark. Good spoil there by Forrester. And that was Steve of Leongatha to cause a big spoil and a boundary throw-in. I mentioned Sparks goes to Marriott. However, they are playing off each other by about 5 metres. So I'm not sure that is the case. No. As Willis taps it straight down. Cameron Stone was at the front spot, close to the boundary line. Sparks tackled him and put him over for a boundary throw-in into this third quarter. Great to have your company across Gippsland and the Valley right here on TRFM, the station that you listen to most. Of course, it is Leongatha Wonthaggi, round 12 Alinta Energy Gippsland League. It is Tim Sexton.
Willis gets the tap down straight away there to Lindsay, whose hands went nowhere. Marriott with the quick hands out towards Heppel. Heppel's delivered it to Jack Hume, who's taken a bounce. He's gone behind the back. Thought he was playing basketball. Reed's come in, got the tackle, but he was able to avoid it. He's given the hands up there, Hume, and Reed was back in there for the second effort. And we'll have another tackle there at centre half forward.
It's incredible the spread of goal kickers too that Leongatha have got too, Scud, because normally Ganane and Hume, they bob up for their 2 or 3 as well, each game as well. So it just shows the power of the Parrots.
Willis with the tap down there towards Lindsay. Nothing, roves his own ball out. Handball ends up coming out there to Hanley. He gets the handball out towards Bowman, who delivers to Ganane
now
on cue.
Right Tim Knowles. What did Tim Knowles had the chance to cut across the front? Had a bit of a look at Ganane coming the other way, Timmy.
And he thought the better of it in the end. But Ganane will go back and have his first one, and it might settle him down a little bit, Boxer, for the third quarter.
But if it was time there, Scud, would it have been fair?
It would have been fine. It would have been interesting to see what Ganane would have done, because last time that happened, he clipped Staley.
Yep.
Ganane coming in from about 35 metres out on a relatively straight angle. Puts it on the boot for his first one today and puts it straight through the middle there for the Parrots to start the third quarter.
And it was just on cue as well. Like we did speak about himself and Jack Hume, and his lead was perfect, and the disposal was just as good as well. So you're never going to stop that as a backman, the way the ball come into the side there, 50, and it's time just to tighten the belt a little bit now again, Wonthaggi, and see if they can just stop the Leongatha onslaught, because I ain't walking home.
And the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, the first goal of the third quarter's come at the 3-minute mark, and Leongatha continue their straight shooting, 9 goals straight, 54. Wonthaggi 2-2-14.
Huther clearly got the tap out. Lindsay was there, hammered over his shoulder. Blair got one over the shoulder. They said play on. Schultz ducks, weaves, cops one high from Bowman. Umpire said free kick. Will go the way of Josh Schultz on the wing. They get some run from O'Connor from behind. It's ignored. Schultz will kick it towards the boundary side. Lindsay will be at the front spot. He's hard to get up and mark. Sparks was in a good spot there as well. Got it over the top to Thomas. Chips it inside forward 50. Hutchison can't mark. Out the back, Sovereign though for Leongatha. Gave it to Forrester, now to Hume. He's got rid of those long sleeves and he rolls out of half back and kicks it to the wing in front of Olden and Knowles. Knowles did some good body work on Olden. Allowed him to get separation, get the footy, and then handball to Lenehan. He got it over the top there to Hayes. He's kicked to half forward. Can't mark. Davey at ground level. Shrugs one. Tries to get a handball out wide. Nicely done to Blair. That's jacked. Now a quick kick again. Good mark. Going back with the flight of the ball is Hutchison.
He's been their best forward all day, Scott. I was just going to say that before he took that brilliant mark. He's presented really well, and he's got a great leap. His kicking's probably his deficiency in his game, but you know, he puts this one through, gets a little bit of confidence back into the Wonthaggi side, because there was some great ball use there from his midfield.
Yeah, the youngster, I love his ability to play this game of footy at the highest level. I know his family quite well, and he comes in, puts it on its way. It's across the face of the goal. It might be a mark in the end. It's over, no. was a double grab as Noah Anderson tried to claim for the power. And it is a minor score, Paul Carter.
2-3-15, the Wonthaggi score. They are trailing by 39 points. Leongatha, 9 goals straight, 54. McDonald's, Gippsland scoreboard, almost 5 minutes played, third quarter.
Forrester from fullback goes long, and it's a great kick out there from the wing, out to the side, where mark's been taken out there by Shannon Bray for Wonthaggi. He'll look to reload it quickly if he can. It's a little bit slow. He needed to get the ball in there a little bit quicker. Goes low. Slipped as he kicked it. Delivering the ball out there was Westaway, though.
He's going to have another.
He kicked it straight back out there, but it's marked. This time it's marked by Knowles. Knowles goes quickly in, heads it towards the pocket. Good bodywork out there by the Leongatha team, and that there is marked by Drew. I think they're in the end.
So Drew got the clearing kick out. He found Marriott outside his defensive 50, who just slowed things up now. As Marriott comes inboard, looking for a teammate in Big Willis. And, well, in the end, it doesn't matter who can compete in the air because... Hanley. Slow play by the Parrots as they lead by 39 points. Kicks down the line. Oldham was in the back spot. There was Sparks, front and square, gathered it. Little chip kick to Jack Blair. Now he just wheels around on that right foot, tries to get it inside forward 50. Hutch is in the front spot, but Leongatha got 3 numbers everywhere.
Hello, is this Josh? Hi, can you hear me?
1.5 minute mark of this third quarter. We want the power to build something because we want Boxer to walk home.
And I'll do it in shorts.
Willis rucks and Rose himself, but it's stolen there by Jared Blair, who delivers it towards forward, and a great mark there from Davey. Needs to push back quickly and get that ball inside if he can. Looks like he might be going back for a shot on goal. I think it's outside.
It was a good lead there by Thomas too, because Davey had the opportunity to get the ball over to him a lot quicker because he was open running in towards goal, but he went back, double led, and took a strong overhead mark.
Thomas makes his way in, crosses the 50, and from 45 puts the ball on the boot. The goal umpire moves a fair way across, and we'll be in for a minor score.
Bringing the margin back to 38 points in Leongatha's favour. Wonthaggi going up to 2-4-16. Leongatha 9 goals straight, 54. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, almost played 8 minutes third quarter.
So they try to reload again to the power. This time it's through Lindsay. Goes back towards Hutchison. Comes out, can't mark. Umpire said play it on. Ball goes to ground and we'll have a stoppage. No, the umpire waited and waited and waited and said, well, you can't do that. That's holding the footy. I'm going to pay a free kick to young Jack Blair.
I'm really confused about that free kick because I was more concerned about Hutchinson's competing in the air. He's going to take a grab mark of the year one day, and we're all going to be here to see it, I hope.
Well, this is a big moment for Morwell Bowling Club. They must get this goal. The experience of Jack Blair, he's got one this afternoon. Problem is, Wonthaggi only have 2 for the day. They trail by 38 points, puts it on its way, and straight over the goal umpire's head. It's what they need. Is there a spark? There's plenty of support in the crowd. They've just got to start to put it together on the park from now. Jack Blair's got 2.
Yeah, they really have peppered away at the last 5 minutes since the Ghanaian goal for Leongatha. And I'm not sure what the free kick was there for. I think it was holding the ball, wasn't it? Yep, holding the ball. Yep. So, you know, a really important kick at goal there too, and a great experience goal there. Never know, they might give themselves a little bit of a sniff here.
And that brings the margin to 32 points at the 9 minute mark of the third quarter. Wonthaggi are now 3-4-22, trailing Leongatha, who are 9 goals straight, 54. And that's on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
So Hutha in the ruck for Wonthaggi, up against Pelicano. Got the right knee now heavily bandaged. Hutha tapped it, but Bowman read it a little bit better. Tried to squeeze a handball back to Heppel, who's been good this afternoon for Gippsland Isuzu Ute. And Lenahan and Olden go on it. Off the ball. Secondary stoppage in the middle of the ground. Hutha got high over the top. There's going to be a free kick now. We just spoke about this. Linehan and Olden were doing it off the plate.
There was so much mayo in that free kick I've got.
Mate, the umpire has been sucked in like you wouldn't believe.
Well, Cam Olden's got the free kick. We just mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. Olden now kicks to the open space and Hilberg marks on his chest. A beautiful delivery of the football. And with the umpire getting sucked in, you just got to pay it as you see it. And we were right in front of that too, Timmy.
No, you don't get sucked into that. That was horrendous, and that's where they influence the game when they shouldn't be.
So Hilberg's left foot shot on goal. There is your Zambrero goal of the day contender, Aaron Hilberg from 50 metres.
In the wrong pocket for a left footer, and he got the swing left to right, and that perfectly went through. And Olden's sitting there going, "Oh, you little beauty!" Now he's trying to milk another free kick too. So. Is it what's the player's name there for Wonthaggi?
What number are we looking at, mate?
33.
Linehan.
Is that Linehan, is it? So he got sucked in once, so don't get sucked in the second time because the umpire won't be frightened to pay it again.
That is 10 goals straight to Leongatha at the 10-minute mark of the third quarter. That's 60 points, leading Wonthaggi by 38 points. The Power on 3-4-22, and that's Aaron Hilberg's third goal for the day. And in terms of... Oh, I'll let you go.
Huther with the strong tap out, straight down to Lindsay, but the ball hasn't got out there in the middle.
The highest total that I know of goals straight before we're behind is Traralgon, 11 goals straight.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
We're onto something here.
Pelicano with the clear tap out there. Works between Schultz. Gets the handball out there. Was taken there by Flynn Anderson. He ended up with Blair. Blair looked like he was out of bounds. Our I said play on.
Oh.
And it eventually has, as we've got blokes flying around here, all near the coaches' boxes, as we've got some interchanges coming around.
There's no doubt there's something just really just bubbling on the surface here at the moment. That this could just be an outbreak very shortly, and we might see a little bit more action than what we think.
Absolutely. Pelicano and Huther. Huther over the back gets the tap down. No one's able to get a clear tap out of there. The ball's wrapped up and the umpire will come back in and we'll have another ball up.
I will stand corrected on that, but that's the highest one I can...
Wow.
There is no doubt you've got that right, though, Paul, I reckon.
Huther with the handball out to Sparks. Sparks gets it out to Hayes, who then he gets the handball out towards Lindsay. Lindsay... Well, we have a free kick here going towards Wonthaggi. And that'll end up there with Josh Bates. Bates will look to load up, get the ball in. He's got the handball off to Reed. Reed, wobbly old looking kick ball, comes straight in there. And that was a strong mark there by Travis Nash. Nash gets it out towards Marriott. Marriott, the Parrots are on the run here. Turton, if he can run on bounce, it does. It sits up for him. He delivers it, the ball forward.
Oh.
Jurek put his body on the line there with the contest. Strong tackles there by Wonthaggi, and he's going to be paid for holding the ball. They've been red hot on that all day today, so Wonthaggi get the free kick at the half-back line. They'll look to switch the ball through Reed. Reed can come back in towards the middle there, and that's taken there by Huther. Huther with a kick that wasn't ideal towards Bray. He's able to get there, though, and deliver it out towards the wing. With the contest, Big Benny Willis goes and makes the contest. There's a free kick straight in the back that wasn't paid.
Hume checks his kick. Goes inboard to Olden. Quick handball over to the Drew. Drew goes towards Jurek. He can mark inside 50. He's got another one on, and he gets it out to Hanley, who can take the mark. Now, this is a tough kick for young Ned Hanley, because we know that the record sits at 11, Ned. Don't stuff it up for the Parrots. They've got 10 straight. He can probably just about hear me as well. He's not far away. The windows are open. We know. 10 straight. They need 11 for the record. Hanley puts it through. He does. And your Zambrero goal, the contender as well, goes to Ned Hanley. They may just have the all-time record of 11 straight.
And I'm going to say, though, too, without trying to spoil the moment, that the contest out here with Willis was really a free kick all day, every day. But, you know, luck's a fortune in footy, and the umpire didn't pick it up, though, too. But Hume was an integral part of that setup there, too, for the Parrots. And Jurek unselfishly got the ball across, probably to a player in a worse angle than what he was. But he managed to get their 11th straight for the afternoon.
And 11 straight is 66 points, and they lead by 44 over Wonthaggi, who has 3 goals, 4-22.
Huther gets the tap out and has to do his own ruck work. He's been big in there as well. Both ruckmen have been good all day. Delivers the ball forward towards the forward 50. Delivered out there from Leongatha by Nash. He then gets the ball onto Hume, who delivers it back towards Wilcox, back to Hume.
for the Power. They trail, though, by 44 points. It's getting out of hand now. Boxer's ride home might be safe after all.
Thank God.
As the kick goes down to Huther, who takes the mark at half forward.
Huther swings round. Oh, he thought he was a little man there for a second. He got swung in the tackle there by Heppel. They've got turned the ball over, and it's now gone down towards the forward line there for Leongatha. Canane tries to handball it over the top. He wasn't successful and it's ended up with Bray. Bray gets the handball out.
Good pressure.
Good pressure by the Parrots here, but the clearing kick comes from Stephen Scott. Jared Blair, he's trying to do everything though. He's gone up, taken the mark, rove the ball, got the handball out towards Sparks. Sparks then delivers it on to Andy Murray.
15 love.
Murray settles the ball at Wimbledon. He's delivered the ball towards the pocket, and a good mark there taken by Thomas. He kicks the ball in there. It's an ugly looking kick.
Oh, well done, Turton.
Turton, who then Leongatha are at the fall of the ball. The pressure from Wonthaggi. They need to keep this ball in there in the forward 50. It's going to come back out. Thomas bends over, got a short little kick, went nowhere. And the boys are looking for the boundary line. And no, it's been kept in there by Andy Murray. He's done well there on that one. Wrapped up here in a strong tackle there by Leongatha, and we'll have a ball up eventually. Forward 50 for the Power. But as Scott was saying, 17.5 minutes into this third quarter, they haven't been able to make too many inroads.
Just around the grounds, thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture, Gippsland. It's the Morwellvs still in front there against Traralgon, 41-22.
Willis from the stoppage, handball to open space. A free kick, Ned Hanley gave it away, and it goes to Flynn Anderson for Wonthaggi. They trail by 44 points at the 17-18 minute mark. It is in this third quarter. Chips inside forward 50, but big Benny Willis goes back and nearly unopposed in the end, takes the uncontested mark in his defensive 50. Slows things up, decides to go short, and it's just bad checking from Wonthaggi to hit that target at centre half back to Vanderpleit. That's a mental thing for the Wonthaggi side. They're just not switched on today. His kick went out wide to Steve Forrester. Comes back in Borden again. At centre half back, Mac Wilcox can grab the mark and really turn around and say, I'll go wherever I want. Unfortunately, the kick wasn't good because it sat on Stone's head as Box was about to pass away in the box. And the kick inside forward 50. We've got a shot on goal. And they're going to turn around. Are you okay, Boxer? Something got stuck in the throat.
No, it's the open window, right? We've got the smoke coming in. We've got the cold air coming in. It's just a combination that could just about kill me, I think.
All right, well, we'll leave it open for now then. Noah Anderson is directly in front. And he's about to have a shot for goal. The margin sits 44 points. It's a game high 44 points as well. Much needed goal. Big moment for the Maul Bowling Club as Anderson comes in, puts it on its way, and it drifts from right to left, and it misses for a minus score. And on your McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, don't forget chicken just went from delicious to deluxe, Boxer, with the new chicken deluxe range at Macca's together and loving it.
3-5-23 Wonthaggi. Leongatha 11 goals straight, 66.
Wonthaggi been able to turn the ball over there, and Thomas delivers the ball straight back in, but a strong mark there taken by Travis Nash in the last line of defence. And Leongatha will look to reload. Comes straight back out towards centre half back, and that's marked there by Drew. Drew out in the open here with Olden if the ball gets there. Oh, great contest there by Stephen Scott. Got the hand over the back to spoil there, but Olden was straight back onto it. He's taken in a tackle there by Thomas. Got the handball out to Anderson. His dump kick forward has ended up there with Ryan Sparks. Sparks swings around onto the right foot, looks towards Blair, who takes the diving mark. Yes, it was finally paid there by the umpire. He now goes forward on a great lead there by Davey, and he's taken the mark 35 metres out on about a 20-degree angle.
Yeah, there was a nice little lead in there by Davey as well now. He just probably needs to settle it down a little bit here. I think Blair was very lucky to get that mark paid because I could see divots come out of the ground from where the ball's actually hit first. So the umpire's probably just given a little bit of payback there, but a really important goal now for Wonthaggi.
Davey taking his full 30 seconds. Not sure why he needs to take so long, but he slowly makes his run through. It's like a Ben Brown run-up. Crosses over the 50. Oh, the little leg kick. And he's kicked through the ball.
I was going to say, you want to kick it after all that.
He's gone over there. But
might be paid.
No, it's been kicked out of bounds. Gone out of bounds on the full. It's been there. So after all those antics, no result there for Wonthaggi.
So they'll bring it back into the field of play. Just looking at the player back there. who will bring it back in, and they kick it down the line for Leongatha. Nicely picked up by Turton, gave it to Hanley. Inboard handball's good to Marriott. He can get another one, but he just missed that target, did Marriott. Now they're away. The old 1-2. Lenehan gave it back to Hayes. His kick to half forward. Sparks can take the mark, and we've got another dust up, and guess what? Cam Holden's involved, and so is Will Lenehan. As Sparks has it, this might be 50, is it? Or reversed? It's going to be reversed in the end. And the free kick will go to Cam Holden. And as we said before, whatever it is that's working, he's got Ned Hanley on the wing. He can run and carry. He gives the handball to Jurek. He can kick one down the line to Turton. He's got plenty of space. You're free, Aaron Turton. Run to 50. Loaded inside forward 50. Stone goes back. Big spoil over the back there was from Bates. And we have a minor score. Boo. It's the first one of the afternoon. It's wrecked the record. It's 11-1-67 Leongatha, and Wonthaggi 3-5-28.
Wonthaggi tried to bring the ball back in, but Hayes has spilled the
23.
mark. Leongatha gone in and got the free kick. And this will be 50. Sparks has lost it there. Hilberg's coming.
That could be reversed. Hang on. That could be reversed.
Absolutely.
No, it's not.
No?
Hang on.
It's going to be a dust-up. That's what will happen.
We've been talking about it.
It's been brewing for a while. Look, here comes Pelicano, who's run 50 metres to join in. Not a surprise there. All of a sudden, his knee's all good.
Yeah, Lenehan's involved as well. That's no surprise.
Yeah, and here's Jared Blair and Pelicano.
Well, there's no love lost between these two, but in the meantime, I'll call the goal. Kim Drew puts it through, and if only they didn't have that rush point a couple of moments ago, we would have had an all-time league record of 12 straight goals. But as it stands, it's 12 goals won, Paul Carter.
12-1-73, a 50-point margin over Wonthaggi, a 3-5-23. That's on the McDonald's Gippsland score, and we've played 23 minutes of the third quarter.
Scud, we've got an absolute thrill in the AFL, and it's about 9 minutes to go in the last quarter. It's a 3-point game. It's the Swans 11-14-80. They lead the Bombers 12-5-77.
Quite surprising with what happened there in that little scuffle. I understand it was late what Sparks did there, but then for Hilberg to come in, normally the umpires would have reversed that again. So, as you've said, Boxer, there's been a few things that we're not 100% sure on today, but either way, the ball's back in the middle.
It is, and Big Willis and they're up in Huther. Not Luther, it's Huther. As no one got a hand on it. It's in that mud pit in the middle of the ground, and that's where you don't want to be. Sparks is on the bottom of the pack. He might not get up for a month. Now he gets up, and you can't see him. He is covered from head to toe. And the umpire said, I don't want anything to do with the football. We've got a stoppage, and we've got some blood rules. So
how can he tell?
Well, Sparks has the blood.
How can he tell?
It's coming out of his nose. He's got mud from head to toe, and I think it was the only thing that sort of stood out.
I just noticed that Jack Blair decided to wipe his hands on Sam Forrester's jumper on the back of him just to clear his hands up.
Imagine if you're the cleaning crew at these footy clubs and they just went, oh no.
We've got a little bit of news. I'll let you know on a bit of an update. The Traralgon Football Netball Club have just announced something. We'll get to that in a moment. We've got a stoppage now, so we'll go with it. They've just announced that the Traralgon Oval will now be called the Terry Hunter Oval, with a massive big sign, obviously, that will go up. But that's great news of naming the Oval after Terry Hunter, one of the absolute greats of the Maroons.
Absolutely, a great of the Maroon and a great of Traralgon and a number of the user groups there at the Traralgon. What was the Traralgon Rec Reserve?
Yeah, the showgrounds. It was.
Yeah, the showgrounds.
Now we're at Parrot Park today. We're going to be at the Terry Hunter ground.
Has to be downfield.
Yes, the umpires are trying to take a little bit of control here. Drew took Blair down after he'd got rid of the kick, so we'll have Davey, who'll be looking to get the ball back inside 50 pretty quickly. He goes towards the pocket. Got the lead was there. Nothing happening. Ball falls to ground. Took the tackler on.
Holding the footy.
Did Hutchison and was called for holding the ball. And Leongatha will take the kick there with Travis Nash looking to take the relieving kick from the back pocket there for the Parrots. He switches the play. Goes towards the other pocket.
Cameron Stone's out there,
Stone.
Timmy.
Thank you. Stone, which couldn't see there through the window with it being open.
That's probably
Wilcox has taken the mark out on the back flank. He goes wide towards there, and it's a great kick, and it's been marked there by Hanley. Beautifully weighted kick there by Wilcox. Hanley off the back flank. He's looking to go straight down the line. Just waiting for the big to present. Goes down the line. Huther and Willis go at it. Pelicano over the back puts the fist in there to drop the ball down.
Hurt his knee again.
Yeah, he's gone up high and he's hurt his knee again. Davies taken in a strong tackle there by Leongatha. And we'll have a ball up I'd say that's it for Pelicano. He's no.
Yes, it is. No, yes, no.
He tried to run off, but there was nothing happening in that. So he's going nowhere. He's gone straight to the bench. Willis roves the ball, gets the ball down to Bowman, who's swings around onto the left foot, puts it forward. Good contest there by the three players there from Wonthaggi. The umpire is about to...
Yep.
Here he is, called holding the ball there. Was Schultz. And a free kick to Leongatha. Hanley, who's played well, gets the ball, delivers it forward. The uncontested player there is Jack Hume. He's worked his way forward and he's taken the mark straight over the line.
This will be a banana kick, boys. There'll be no doubt about it.
And Cole Reed's given a little bit of feedback to a couple of the crowd over the fence as they gave him some feedback on that he should probably man up someone of the likes of Hume.
He wasn't happy either, was he?
No.
And, the kids behind the fence too, they quickly ran away.
So the left forward pocket, Hume comes in.
Oh, stop it.
Kick. Stop it. How good is this? This is one of your Zambrero goal of the days. And that's the 13th goal for the Leongatha Parrots, and they can't miss.
So I don't know how many goal scorers we've got now, lads, but they're just sharing the ball around now to the Parrots. So everyone's starting to join the party at the minute, and this could actually get really, really ugly if it continues this way.
13-1, 79, a 56-point lead for Leongatha over Wonthaggi. 3-5-23, 27.5 played of the third quarter on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
We have had 3 Zambrero goal of the day contenders from exactly the same spot. We had Hilberg, Hanley, and now Jack Hume adds to it as well. And they go again, the Parrots. Willis just grabbed it out of the ruck and goes back to Hume. Comes the other way was Bray. Get the handball out wide. This time it's out towards Bates. He can clear it out and find his teammate in Knowles. On the half-back flank, they stopped that forward thrust again to the power. Chip out wide. Ran on, did Bray, under pressure from Stone, but was up to it. Takes the strong mark. He's been called to play on.
Scott, we've got a netball update, pretty important netball update too, because Morwell were going for their 12th straight win in the A grade, where we have a draw.
Wow.
A controversial draw, apparently, at the A grade netball.
Yeah, well, Morwell had 3 players out of their gun players out of the side today, and I tipped that one. It is three-quarter time here, though, and it's Leongatha. They put on another 5 goals to 1 in that quarter. They extend the margin, and this game is done and dusted. It's 56 points at three-quarter time. It is 13 goals, 1. Very accurate. That 1 point was a big spoil from Wonthaggi as well, mind you.
They scored on each of their only 6 inside 50s. They kicked 5 goals, 1 from 6 inside 50s that quarter.
Wow, unbelievable. They lead it by 56 points. It's three-quarter time. It is Gippsland Live on TRFM, all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
You hit the road early. It's a long drive, and you're starting to get a little weary from the sun in your eyes. Driving tired can have the same effect as driving drunk. If you've been on the road for 2 hours, take a 15-minute break. Stop in at the nearest McDonald's restaurant in Gippsland. It's the perfect place to stop. You can stretch your legs, enjoy a coffee from McCafe, or grab a quick snack. A 15-minute break every 2 hours could help save your life. Another road safety message from McDonald's Gippsland, Road Safe and Gippsland's own TRFM.
The Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
You can go your own way.
With 3.5-ton towing, you can bring all the toys. Get off-road and play with 4x4 terrain commands and a rear diff lock. And rock out with Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Plus, with a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, the 3-litre turbo diesel Isuzu D-Max is born to live.
Test drive today at Gippsland Isuzu Ute on the Princess Highway, Traralgon. LMCG 10285.
How's your mobile phone going? Battery always running flat? Cracked screen? Then upgrade to a new mobile phone from Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland, where buying a mobile phone is easy, with a showroom full of mobile phones unlocked or on a plan. The best range in brands like Apple, Samsung, Nokia, Oppo, and much more. Plus, being a premium Optus dealer, they have amazing offers to get you connected. Head to your local Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland store today.
It starts with the smell of charcoal grilled chicken floating through the air, the appeal of concentrated juices, the searing of skin, The smoky golden chicken your taste buds simply can't refuse. Sound familiar? It's Traralgon charcoal chicken serving up the tastiest chemical-free chickens in town each and every day. And how can you resist their chicken salted chips and delicious daily made salads? That unmatched charcoal chicken taste. Traralgon charcoal chicken, 87 Seymour Street.
Come and check out one of Gippsland's biggest and best ranges of quality furniture and bedding at Morwellvs Furniture and Bedtime in Sale. Be amazed at the great range and the prices, plus free delivery in Gippsland still applies. Remember, Morwellvs Furniture and Bedtime, no excuses. Be there.
How's your mobile phone going? Battery always running flat? Cracked screen? Then upgrade to a new mobile phone from Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland, where buying a mobile phone is easy, with a showroom full of mobile phones unlocked or on a plan. The best range in brands like Apple, Samsung, Nokia, Oppo and much more. Plus, being a premium Optus dealer, they have amazing offers to get you connected. Head to your local Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland store today.
You know, back in ¡68, we didn't have all your fancy bells and whistles for the four-wheel drive.
But Dad, you love heading to Crichton's TJM to see the accessories.
Hey Gramps, Crichton's TJM called to say your Rhino rack platform is ready.
Family owned and supporting Australian made products since 1968, see why Crichton's TJM four-wheel drive megastore has stood the test of time for vehicle accessories, repairs, towing, suspension and servicing in Gippsland, Argyle Street, Traralgon.
Zambrero's new Big Burrito is so big it'll crush any hunger. Loaded with double filling and double rice, it's sure to leave you satisfied. Head down to Zambrero Traralgon today. Available for a limited time only. Zambrero. Feel good Mex.
Now, a look at the quarter highlights. Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Jack Blair, he's got one this afternoon, puts it on its way and straight over the goal umpire's head. It's what they need. Is there a spark? There's plenty of support in the crowd. They've just got to start to put it together on the park from now. Jack Blair's got two. This is a tough kick for young Ned Hanley because we know that the record sits at 11, Ned. Don't stuff it up for the Parrots. They've got 10 straight. He can probably just about hear me as well. He's not far away. The windows are open. 10 straight. They need 11 for the record. Hanley puts it through. He does. And your Zambrero goal, the contender as well, goes to Ned Hanley. They may just have the all-time record of 11 straight, the Parrots. Kim Drew puts it through, and if only they didn't have that rush point a couple of moments ago, we would have had an all-time league record of 12 straight goals.
For Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland, save on HP, Lenovo and Acer today. 3 down, 1 to go. The final quarter is about to start. This is Gippsland Live on TRFM.
Well, it might be the final countdown, but the final siren's not too far away, 20-odd minutes or so, and this game is done and dusted, though. The margin's at 56 points at three-quarter time. We'll keep it as entertaining as we possibly can. 1v2, we didn't think this was going to be the case. Leongatha, 13 goals, 1, if you don't mind. 79, lead Wonthaggi, 3-5-23. Key stat winners in a three-quarters of football. All thanks to Gippsland Isuzu Ute. Here's Paul Carter.
For Leongatha, Tom Marriott's had 18 disposals to three-quarter time, 15 to Kim Drew, 13 to Ned Hanley, 8 that quarter for him, 15 to Aaron Heppel, Cam Olden 12. For Wonthaggi, the leading stat winner there is Jared Blair on 17, 12 to Tom Ahuda, 16 to Ryan Sparks, he had 7 that quarter, Mitch Hayes 9 also to Aidan Lindsay.
All right, Boxer's got some scores for us we'll get to in a moment. Maybe just a quick Gippsland ones, Gippsland League ones, all thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
Yeah, I've only got the two, Scud. It's Mafra 21-5, 131. They lead Moe 4-5-29 and Traralgon 2-12, 24 to Morwellvs 7-11, 53. And apparently it's all over at Terry Hunter Reserve by one Wade Presley.
Wow, there you go.
He reckons it's done.
Well, final quarter about to get underway here for Harvey Norman Computers. The best range in Apple, Samsung, Nokia, Oppo and more at Harvey Norman Gippsland. And, of course, from this stoppage, Bowman, well, he put him in a wing tackle of Aidan Lindsay, and the umpire said, we'll do this one again. As Big Willis will do the ruck duties up against, this time, Huther in the front spot. Willis got one over the shoulder. He roved his own foot. He handled nicely under Bowman. Quick one to Heppel. Kicks around his body into a dangerous spot. Bouncing, attacking it well. Leongatha's got this front and square. Oh, Hume had his kick smothered. Nicely done. Although they're up to the task. Quick handball. They're under pressure, the defence of Wonthaggi again. And we'll have a stoppage. About 30 metres out from goal. The last one up off the bottom of that pack was Ned Hanley. And the umpire will put it up inside a minute. Inside forward 50. Big tap down by Hilberg to Heppel. Shrugs one. Got a handball out. Back to Hilberg. Kicks around his body. Top of the goal square it goes. It's been touched and now rushed through for the first score in the final quarter. The margin gets out to 57 points.
And that takes Leongatha to 13-80. I'm going to be complaining about their inaccuracy in a minute. On the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, they lead by 57 points over Wonthaggi 3-5-23.
O'Connor delivers the ball out towards Knowles and they're outside their defensive 50. Bit of slow play here on the wing as Hutchison gives a good lead and marks on centre wing. Far side of the ground here at Parrot Park. Hutchison looking for something back through the middle, nothing on, so he's going to deliver the ball straight down the line. And a big contest there with 4 up. Roving the ball down was Anderson. He delivers the ball straight in there. Jack Blair works to the front, but was unable to get the mark there.
Forrester.
Handball by Forrester 1, 2. Oh, I'm going to give a free kick there for head-eye contact. Nothing being paying there. Was the handball out there from Stone. Ended up getting it out there was Sovereign. Wilcox, he'll be looking to get the ball over the boundary line, and we've got a boundary throw in about 35 metres around from the Wonthaggi goal.
I'll keep going with some three-quarter time scores in the mid-Gippy. It's Foster 68, they lead Morwellvs 36, Tarwin 87 to Tura 15, Newborough 115 to Thorpedale 47, and Yanar 59, they lead Ballara 34.
Inside forward 50, quick kick there was from Hayes, top of the square, nicely worked the body out was Anderson. He goes back to get it, quickly wrapped up by Jack Hume. Dumps him over the line, although then says, sorry, I'll give you a hand up, and he said, no, you can get stuff.
Scott, I don't recall Jack Blair playing so long in the forward line in a game. Do you? Like he's always been around as a midfielder, inside midfielder?
No, probably more so. Jack does spend quite a bit of time in the forward line. Sorry to disagree with you there, Boxer, but Jared Blair certainly spends a lot more time in the mids. Jack is really the stay-at-home forward, so...
well, he won a league BNF, didn't he, Jack Blair?
Yeah, he did, yep, correct. No, you're right there, yep, spot on.
Playing in the forward line.
Willis with the big hit out there, gets the ball out towards the 50-metre line, and Knowles wasn't able to keep it in, and we'll have another boundary throw in at 45 metres around from the power goal. Early stages here of the last quarter.
Well, all done and dusted this game. Obviously, we've got our Zambrero goal of the day to get through in our post-game, of course. We're just into the the final quarter, though, 3 minutes in.
Willis with the tap out there. Was unable to get a clear pass, but then was handballed out there by Leongatha, who've got it out towards their 55-metre line. And Knowles was wrapped up there by Bowman, and we'll have a ball up.
Box up?
Yes, mate.
What does Wonthaggi take out of this tough loss? It's 1v2. They come to Parrot Park, and they're not going to go away with the 4 points.
They'll be disappointed with the start, Scott. Obviously, Leongatha got off to a great start, but the pressure was nil and void, or null and void, I should say. Let's just keep butchering the English language as we go along. So, nil and void, their pressure was early in the game, Scott, so that's one thing they need to really sharpen on.
Noel's got a kick inside forward 50, but as we've said all afternoon, Leongatha were there through Nash, handballs over his shoulder. They're going to face each other again. They've got to know, obviously, they've played each other twice. Leongatha's got the chocolates on both occasions. Come finals time, they will play each other at a neutral ground.
That midfielder, Leongatha, was the real catalyst of the first quarter. There's no doubt about it. You know, they tried to put that tag on Marriott. They just had no effect at all.
Don't forget, they've still got a few players out. So here's Forrester. There's a free kick. Surely holding the foot. He ran down from behind. The advantage was paid. It is. It's going to go in the way of Harry Dawson, who put it through, and they took the advantage. The run from behind tackle was good. And Wonthaggi get a opening goal in the final quarter.
They haven't been scared to play a free kick in front of goals, the umpires, today, so they kept consistent with that, and it was a great reward for effort too, but a little bit too late for me, Scudman.
And that brings Leongatha's margin to 51 points. We're at the 5-minute mark of the final quarter. Wonthaggi go now to 4-5-29, trailing the Parrots, who are 13-80.
So the ball comes back to the middle of the ground. Always good to finish strong if they can get a bit of a run on. This is what they might just take into the next time these two sides meet, and just say that it was that first quarter blemish. But they do need to finish strong with a secondary stoppage as Heppel wrapped up Blair. That's Jared, and then Jaron, I should say. And from that top Willis tapped it out. Heppel gave a handball to Stone, who got wrapped up in the tackle. And we'll do it again right in the mud pit now. Cameron Stone is unrecognisable.
A couple of times we've had 1v2 clashes over the last few weeks. Scud was obviously Moe came up against Leongatha and got pants by about 94 points. Yep. Wasn't there, and then Wonthaggi have had the same here. I know Traralgon obviously got close and wasn't first v second, but Sale obviously got close to them last week. But there's they've put their foot down when it's been a 1v2 contest, the Parrots, and are setting themselves up obviously to be the number one team this season.
Heppel again getting dumped. And Huther does the ruck duties again. Willis taps it straight down. Little toe poke by Heppel there. Quick kick, though, was from Knowles. Got it to half forward. Here's Jack Blair. Twist, turns, gets away from Forrester. Left foot little chip. Doesn't go too far. It might work out. Davies at the top of the 50. Squeezed a handball across to Mitch Hayes. He can run to 40. Left foot low, piercing kick missed. Minor score. And that is on your Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland scoreboard. Upgrade to a brand new mobile phone unlocked or on a plan at Harvey Norman Computers Gippsland.
134,630. It's 50-point margin now. Leongatha 13,280.
Westaway with the short kick in. He finds Sovereign in the back pocket, who kicks it back out and finds Jurek here about half forward flank here for Leongatha. Looking inboard, but instead he'll dump it straight down the line. 2-on-1 contest here from Leongatha, and a strong mark there by Cam Olden. Little instigator, a couple of little skirmishes that have happened this afternoon, but he's got the ball on centre wing. He's looking to kick it long. The umpire's called play on. Ball goes long there. Ganane from over the back wasn't able to make the contest. Wonthaggi were able to get the kick forward there, and the mark has been taken out there by Davey. Davey looking to play on quickly, has the open player there in Harry Dawson, who takes a strong contested mark in the end there. Pushes back. Hutchison's on the strong lead.
Give it to him.
Doesn't give it there. Goes over the top of him, and in the end
hits.
In the end, he hits Sean Westaway straight on the chest. Was the terrible kick. Westaway crosses the ball across front of goal. Oh, and Jurek's been paid the mark, even though he hadn't had full control of it as we go through. His short kick to Wilcox, not 15, says the umpire, but Wilcox delivers long out towards the wing, and Olden goes up and takes a strong mark.
Yeah, very strong contested mark, Olden. He's looking for a runner. He's got Nash if he wants. The draw is on. Now gives the handball to Nash. He's got one down the line. Does he get around the big fella? He does. And that was Bates. He's able to kick down the line and in front. Nice quiet mark. Not there was Hilberg. Wasn't paid in the end. And they dive in. Working hard was Flynn Anderson. And we'll have a stoppage. I'm going to say about 55 metres out from Leongatha's goal again. They lead by 50 points. First v second. Great little tap down there from Willis. Come the other way was Blair. Got a handball out the back. Or Anderson tried to crash his way through and ran into a brick wall. And it's a bit hard to move Cameron Stone.
Well, if
you don't mind the pun.
They've good stuff, mate. My AFL tips are still going down the Googler, as yours are too, PC now. It's the Bombers have got up 15-5-95. They defeated Sydney 12-14-86.
Wow, the Bombers will be talking premierships now after that win, all those supporters, won't they? Geez, they get up and about with a victory, don't they? Good on them too.
Like being on a roller coaster if you're a Bomber supporter.
Yep, seems to be going all downhill though recently. Big strong tackle from Marriott from that stoppage. Stone, it was the Olden who the antagoniser tried to crash his way through. 9 minutes gone, final quarter of this. Gippsland live on TRFM. We're over at Parrot Park live this afternoon. And Leongatha, it's been a one-way street. They win it again. They lead by 50 points at the moment. They're going to keep their unbeaten record intact as the ball now gets transferred to the wing area. Blair went down in a tackle from Forrester. That was Sam. Coming the other way was Reid. He kicked it off the ground. Westaway's got a little bit of work to do. Reid attacked it hard. Here's Andy Murray. Straight from Wimbledon. Couldn't pick that one up off the floor. And it goes over from a boundary throw in. Far wing.
That was a volley, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a half volley.
Yeah.
I'm a fair chance of getting second... what do you call it when you get smoked?
I'm a fair chance to get second. Yep, what's that mean, Nick?
Secondary smoke emphysema.
Oh, is that where you were going?
That's where I was going.
We've been told by your doctor, because of the rash that you have near your legs, that we've got to keep air flowing through the windows. That's why they've been open all afternoon. We don't want to catch anything from you, Nick.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a weather update. It's 9.6 degrees outside, but feels like 3 in here.
Oh, well.
And we're indoors.
Leongatha are happy with it. They're 50 points in front.
And good afternoon to everyone listening across Gippsland or the Latrobe Valley to TRFM, your #1 commentary team here at Gippsland Live.
So Willis in the front spot, taps it over the back, looks for a runner to run onto this one. Blair was down, he didn't have the footy, he's going to win a free kick on Forrester. Quick handball back to a teammate, that was Jack Blair, and now he goes inside of Thomas, but Wilcox in the front spot takes a strong mark, of course, just repeating that big Staley for Leongatha have missed out. He hasn't played this whole second half after copping a heavy knock as Leongatha get the switch going. Vanderplyt gave it by hand to Sovereign. His little chip kick over the top. Nice little weighted kick. Jury can run onto this one. They got an open forward line. Hume direction, comes the other way, takes out the defender in Wonthaggi. And that will be Lenehan. They've been waiting to get into him all afternoon. And the free kick goes to Lenehan, who squares it out to Reid.
Reid takes the mark out there on the far back flank. He plays on and goes towards inboard. It's a terrible kick, though, made it hard for Murray. Murray with good second effort as the ball comes back out there to Bray. Bray's able to pick it up and get the handball out, and they've kicked it out of bounds on the full. And Leongatha will reload from the from centre wing on the far side here at Parrot Park. And that's been one of their biggest issues today, with the apart from the slow start for the Power, is their disposal by foot. They just haven't been able to hit enough teammates. As the ball comes back inside to Sovereign, he then hits up Jurek straight in the middle of the ground. He plays on. He had runners on the outside. He'll go lateral towards Wilcox. His delivery towards the forward line, well cut off there by the Power. Rove there by Little John. He gets the handball out towards Westaway. Westaway back towards Turton, who delivers the ball inside. Big contest there. No one's able to take the mark. Wonthaggi get the handball out there. Not sure who that was. Scudder got the kick out there, but the mark was being taken out there by Davey.
Yeah, the Bray 1-2 handball is the one. Gets it towards half forward. Here's Hutchison. One hand up. Nash was back. Vanderplyt there as well. Hutchison taps it to himself, but Jurek was quick to get on the footy and gave a quick handball across to Forrester. And that was Steve. His little chip kick found Little John. Only just went the 15 required metres.
15 foot, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Nash decided to want the backwards kick, but Little John said, I might just kick it down the line to me big man in Willis, and a big spoil over the back from Hutha. Of course, we'll get to the post-game after the show. We're going to have a chat to one of the key players, our Gippsland Live Isuzu Ute Player of the Day. They'll take home the $50 Harvey Norman voucher as well. I'm tipping it's coming from the Leongatha Parrot side, and this big man, Ben Willis, might be just one of those. Heppel's been good as well. There was Stone, though. Handball to no one in particular. Lenehan got it across now to Anderson. And he got wrapped up in the tackle. The crowd won holding the ball. Must be said, a massive crowd today, too, at Parrot Park. They are 10 deep in front of the... Well, it's a beautiful fire that's happening and a little bit of smoke coming out of it. Not a great deal. a little bit. Boxers, I don't know what he's got, but he's complaining about the smoke as they go forward now, Wonthaggi, but... Leongatha got some numbers. Westaway in a strong tackle on Blair. And the umpires look at each other and say, no opportunity, we'll ball it up. 14 minutes gone, final quarter, Nick, and the margin sits at 50 points. Here's Tim Sexton on TRFM.
Inside the Power, the Rucks go up at it. Steve Forrester was able to get the cat down. Andy Murray takes a snap out of the pocket. And by the looks of that, he has been able to go straight through the goals there. So Andy Murray with a great snap out of the contest and gets a goal for the Power here in the last quarter.
It takes Wonthaggi to 5-6-36 at the 14-minute mark of the last quarter. They trail Leongatha by 44 points. The Parrots 13-2-80, and all that is on the Harvey Norman computer scoreboard.
The next game we've got to look at in the AFL2 team is the Adelaide Crows are taking on the Demons, which won't be a blockbuster, I wouldn't think. But,
might be an upset, though.
The bloodbath tonight will be down at GMHBA Stadium when the Cats annihilate the mighty Kangaroos.
Rightio, so back to the middle they go. A little tap down there. His head strapped up now is Ryan Sparks after that blood rule that he went off. Kick out wide, and Blair will take the mark running back with the flight. That's Jared. He's got Schultz if he wants to go to him. Decides not to. Wants to come back in board. It's going to be a dangerous kick. Lindsay was his target. Couldn't get it. Kim Drew was back there. Gave it to Turton, who gave it to Nash. Now to Bowman. By boot. Bowman goes out to Wilcox. He's been very good. He's got Hume on the overlap. He gets it to him now. No one's really at half forward. Wonthaggi got some numbers back, so they'll stop this forward thrust, although running on to that was Wilcox. who takes the mark and then wheels around on the right boot, puts it deep inside forward 50. Hilberg will fly, but Reed will fly higher and take the mark for the Power. Squares it out wide to Lenehan. They've got the numbers on the near side. If they want to work it out nicely, they do. Schultz will be the one that'll be the free target. Can mark and decides to play on quickly. He goes towards Dawson direction. He only got a metre on his opponent, but was able to take the mark in front of Sovereign. 44 points. One thing, he kicked 2 goals to Leongatha's nothing in this last quarter, so a little bit of positive news for the Power, but that kick down the line, Westaway takes the strong mark. Boxer.
He's ever reliable, isn't he? Like, you lose a player like Baboon, but Westaway just steps into that hole and just makes it his own.
He goes backwards towards Nash. Nash sits there and finds Forrester. Still in their back 50. Forrester with the nice relieving kick there out towards Stone. Stone chips over the top and has found Drew. Yep. I think he's been in the middle paddock. Oh, he's dropped the ball and called play on. Still had plenty of time to get that there onto the boot and find Westaway. He's worked himself across onto the far side. His kick out finds Jurek, whose ball is then smothered out there by Leongatha, messing around with it a little bit. Westaway goes, I've had enough of this, puts it on the left boot and kicks it out and finds Jack Hume out there on the wing.
It's been good. A couple of good players. I don't know how many we can fit into the Gippsland Live team of the week. But
I agree, and I think Hume playing higher up, it just gives them another option. Like Hilberg and himself are quite similar with pace, and their lead-up's fantastic.
Chisel kick to Vanderpleit. Nicely done to Turton. Got dumped after he marked it. He's tough as nails, though, Turtle, and he kicks it towards the open fat side. Littlejohn can be the target. He finds him.